from Omaha, hometown radio network, 238 WHIR. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. And we'd love to have you on the radio here on the Joe Show, celebrating birthdays on this Thursday, October the 3rd. And looks like we have, let's see, 5 names on this morning's birthday list. So call them in, celebrate with us today, 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447 as we do a little birthday party celebrating on this Thursday, the 3rd day of October. Here we go. Happy birthday, Dakota Jarman, who celebrates a birthday today. Sharquan Charisse having a birthday today. Craig Moss on our birthday list. Alexandria Payne on the birthday list. And Rebecca Hogue celebrates her birthday today as well. Dakota Jarman, Sharquan Charisse, Craig Moss, Alexandria Payne, Rebecca Hogue, 859-238-WHIR. 238-9447 to get you on the radio this morning here on The Joe Show and celebrate your birthdays with us this morning. There you go. All right, it's a Thursday. It's the 3rd day of October, a typical Thursday morning show we have lined up for you this morning. First guest comes on here this morning at 7:10. That's Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. The Rebels are on bye this week, and we'll talk with Coach Haddix on this Thursday morning as they make their necessary preparations for the following week's game. But again, there is no game for Boyle County tomorrow. 7:20, Danville head coach Frank Parks. Admirals are in action tonight. Danville travels to Campbellsville, and we'll see what the Admirals can do against the number 1 ranked team in Class 1A. Going to be a tough one tonight, and the Admirals will head to Campbellsville to play that game. 7:30 kickoff. That is a Thursday night game. Again, it is tonight. I'm not misspeaking or thinking it's Friday. No, it's a Thursday night game, and we'll have that game tonight with Liam and Blaine on the play-by-play call at 7:30. Let's see, in the 7:30 to 8 o'clock half hour, 7:40, the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Tyler Miller joins the show. We'll see what's on Tyler's mind this morning at 7:40. Mimi Becker is on the show here this morning at 7:50. We'll check in with Mimi about what's going on with the Danville Boyle County Arts Commission at 7:50 this morning. In the 8 o'clock hour, 8:20, Rumbleyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts on here this morning. At 8:20, I'm sure he'll have a lot to say following Tuesday night's vice presidential debate. He hasn't been on the show since then, so he'll be on here this morning at 8:20. James the Gardener's on here this morning at 8:40. We'll see what's going on with James the Gardener, giving us gardening tips. And in the 9 o'clock of the morning hour, 9:10, Mark Metcalf is going to be on here. He is the Kentucky State Treasurer. And Mark Metcalf, will have him on the show. He's a Garrett County native. And have him, or I think maybe if it's not him, someone from his office. They're doing the unclaimed property right now, and there's a ton of it in the area, or in the state. But they want to make sure, specifically focusing on this area, that you understand how to get unclaimed property, things that may be yours. That'll be at 9:10 this morning. And at 9:35 this morning, it's a Morning Point Thursday. It'll be either Lisa or Julie who will join the show, maybe even Sarah, the executive director, this morning at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show. We'd love to have you on. Our phone number this morning, 859-238-WHIR. We start you off, as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports. And the misery is over. The Brave season has officially ended. Talk about it in sports. Game 2 of the Major League Baseball wild card round. Karl Anthony Towns officially traded from Minnesota, and Michael Jordan's racing team suing NASCAR. Those are the headlines on this Thursday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Thursday morning sports, starting off in Major League Baseball, where from 106 losses to Yankee Stadium in October, the Kansas City Royals' unreal turnaround continues. The Royals scored just 3 runs in 2 games. got a pair of go-ahead singles from their superstar shortstop that hardly registered on the exit velocity scale and featured nearly a dozen players who hadn't tasted postseason baseball until this week. Yet Kansas City did just enough to suppress the Baltimore Orioles and sweep their American League wildcard series at Camden Yards. Bobby Witt Jr. pushed across the go-ahead run in the sixth inning in both Game 1 and Game 2, the latter providing the winning margin in a 2-1 win Wednesday night that put the Royals in the American League Division Series for the first time since winning it all in 2015. They'll now face the top-seeded New York Yankees in a best-of-5 series beginning on Saturday. Meanwhile, there's going to be one Game 3, and the youngsters shall lead them, standing 6 outs away from bowing out meekly yet again in the postseason. The Milwaukee Brewers got a game-tying home run from Jackson Chourio and a go-ahead 2-run home run from Garrett Mitchell to blaze past the New York Mets 5-3 last night in Game 2 of the NL Wildcard Series at American Family Field. Chourio's homer was his second of the game. He led off the bottom of the first with an opposite field shot off Mets starter Sean Manaea 3 pitches in. Mitchell, meanwhile, had entered the game as a pinch runner in the sixth. The at-bat was his first of the game, came after Willie Adames singled to left with 2 outs and the score tied at 3. Going back to the American League, pop a champagne and spray some more beer. The young, surprising Detroit Tigers are celebrating once again. Pinch hitter Andy Ibanez smacked a bases-clearing 2-out double down the left field line off of Astros closer Josh Hader, and the Tigers swept the favorite Astros with a 5-2 win Wednesday in Game 2 of the American League Wildcard Series at Minute Maid Park. The Tigers advanced to the best-of-5 ALDS versus the number 2-seeded Cleveland Guardians. That Game 1 is set for Saturday. And in the fourth baseball series yesterday, the Padres held off the Atlanta Braves with a 5-4 win to finish a 2-game sweep in the NL Wildcard Series on Wednesday, setting up an NLDS showdown with the rival LA Dodgers. San Diego scored all 5 of its runs with 2 outs in the second inning, starting with Kyle Higashoka's solo home run. The Padres strung together 5 consecutive hits after the homer, with Manny Machado hitting a double and Jackson Merrill a triple, each driving in 2 runs to take a lead they'd never relinquish at Petco Park. In the NBA, Karl Anthony Towns is saying farewell to Minnesota, a state that will always, quote, hold a special place in my heart. The news that Towns would be traded from the Timberwolves to the Knicks in exchange for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick broke last week. The blockbuster trade was officially announced by the teams on Wednesday, prompting a farewell letter from Towns to the state where he played for 9 seasons. And in NASCAR, 2 racing teams, 23XI and Front Row Motorsports, sued NASCAR on Wednesday, accusing the organization of restraining fair competition and violating the Sherman Antitrust Act, which prevents teams from competing without accepting the anti-competitive terms it dictates. Those are the headlines on this Thursday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Imagine if everyone kept their trash in their car till they came to a trash can at home, at a gas station, or at one of the convenience centers dotted around Boyle County. If everyone did their part, we'd have a beautiful, clean community. Next time you're on the road and need to discard trash, hold on to it till you can throw it out properly and do your part to keep Boyle County clean. This isn't just about taking responsibility. It's about fostering community pride and beautification.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
If something seems too good to be true, it likely is. Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. Scam artists use tricks like prize offerings or special deals. If you aren't sure, do research online or give us a call for help.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Mark or Chris for a free quote, 859-236-6686. Widespread fog. Oh, I hope not. Widespread fog as you wake up this morning. Otherwise, it is a mostly sunny day. 77 is the high today. A low tonight, 58. Tomorrow, you get sunshine, a high near 80. On Saturday, 78. On Sunday, 82 is your high. Right now, we are looking at 6:24 in the morning, 52 degrees. Thursday, the third day of October, 100324. On your calendar, 859-238-WHIR, the phone number to call in. in here. We'd love to have you on the show. That's 238-9447 as we celebrate celebrity birthdays on this third day of October. Happy birthday, first of all, 55 years old today, to singer, songwriter, and fashion designer Gwen Stefani, who turns 55. Best known as the lead singer of the 90s group No Doubt. Here's a clip of Gwen talking about how it feels when people sing her songs on the show she's on, which is The Voice.
One season, somebody did Cool, and I wasn't on that season, and Blake was like, oh my God, they did your song, and it was a totally weird version of it, and it's awesome. They're always doing covers in that show.
Yeah, Gwen Stefani, 55 years old. American rapper A$AP Rocky born Rakim Myers turns 36 today, known for his songs Praise the Lord, Am I Dreamin', and Fashion Killer. He also has 2 children with Rihanna. A$AP Rocky, 36 years old today. Actor Sean William Scott is 48. He started his job at a local movie theater, which inspired him to become an actor. He was in the American Pie series and Goon. Sean William Scott, 48 years old today. And other birthdays we have today include Al Sharpton, who's 70, began his rise to fame as James Brown's tour manager, later ran for U.S. Senate and attempted to run for president in 2004. And astronaut Catherine D. Sullivan, in October of 1984, became the first American woman to walk in space, went on to serve as the Undersecretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere and Administrator for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration under President Obama, and completed her service on January of 2017 with the swearing in of President Trump. Catherine Sullivan, 73 years old today. Celebrity birthdays on this Thursday, the third day of October.
This day in country music.
All right then, thank you there, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, 1950, where Hank Snow was at number 1 on the country charts with his song, I'm Moving On. It was on this day, country music history, 1966, where Merle Haggard released his album Swingin' Doors, which would sometimes be called Swinging Doors and the Bottle Let Me Down. And it was on this day, country music history, 1969, Johnny Cash at number 1 on the country album chart with his album called At San Quentin. And that's what's gone on this date, the third day of October in the history of country music. Starting off on this day, 1950, 74 years ago, where Hank Snow went to number 1 on the country charts with this one.
That big 8-wheeler rolling down the track means a true loving daddy ain't coming back, 'cause I'm moving on. I'll soon be gone.
Yeah, Hank Snow and I'm Moving On. The song stayed at number 1 for 21 weeks. And was the first of 7 number 1 Billboard hits Snow scored throughout his career. On this date, 1950, I'm Moving On went number 1.
Oh, hear my song. You had the laugh on me, so I've set you free, and I'm moving on.
He was on this day, country music history, 1966, where Merle Haggard released his album called Swingin' Doors, which went to number 1 on the country charts. I mentioned the album is sometimes called Swingin' Doors and the Bottle Let Me Down, although the second half of that title is actually an advertisement for the other big single on the album, which is this one, The Bottle Let Me Down. Merle Haggard, this date, 1966, released this album. It would later go to number 1.
Couldn't drink enough to keep you off my mind. Tonight the bottle let me down.
And it was on this day, country music history, 1969, where Johnny Cash at number 1 on the country album charts with an album called At San Quentin.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of...
Yeah, the album, a live concert given to the inmates of San Quentin Prison, the follow-up to Cash's previous live album, the critically acclaimed At Folsom Prison. The album nominated for a number of Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year, and won Best Male Country Vocal Performance for this one, A Boy Named Sue. On this date, 1969, this album was released.
Giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I'll tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue.
There you go. That's what's gone on this date. October 3rd in country music history. 6:30 in the morning. News is now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
2 new cases of whooping cough have been confirmed in Lexington. The Lexington-Fayette County Health Department says the total number of cases since April has hit 69. Whooping cough is a highly contagious respiratory disease, symptoms including runny nose, nasal congestion, watery eyes, fever, and a hacking cough. A logistics provider in warehousing, packaging, and transportation, expanding operations in Boone County. Verse Group Logistics are investing $6.6 million to expand operations and make upgrades to the sprinkler systems, the roofs, the driveway, and equipment in their 2 buildings in Florence. The investment is expected to create 17 jobs. Verse currently employs over 350 Kentuckians. Owensboro police have posted several photos of an armed robber who held up a neighbor's food mart. This robbery happened shortly before 8 o'clock Saturday night at the market on West 5th. The suspect produced a handgun and stole an undisclosed amount of cash. Police asked anyone who recognized the suspect or his clothing to contact Owensboro Police. A yearly event that provides resources and services to veterans and active duty personnel is returning to Davis County. The Veterans Resource Fair set for this afternoon from 1 to 4 at the National Guard Armory on Tamarack Road. The fair is for vets, National Guard, Coast Guard, active duty, and their families. No reservations or registrations required. A Tri-State Police Department finds a new way to reduce crashes by promoting Manny Kinn, the mannequin cop, from training duty. In Campbell County, Manny was given the job by Chief Craig Sorrell to reduce injury crashes. Stations all around Campbell County, including Alexandria and the AA Highway, the chief has reported a reduction of crashes and injuries since his deployment 3 weeks ago. Sorrell mentioned to Local 12 there's no plans to pull Manny off the job, as other police departments have reached out about adopting similar strategies. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Serving Boyle County seniors.
At a gathering place, we are working to make our facility the best it's ever been, but we need your help. Come to the table and show your support. We need new tables for our seniors. You can be a table sponsor for $500. Brunch with Friends is $250. Three's Company is $200. Tea for Two is $150, or Dine Solo for $100. Or you can pick your own amount. Visit our Facebook page for the GoFundMe link to donate, or call 859-236-2070 for more info.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Today is the last expected day of road maintenance going on Mitchellsburg Knob Road in Boyle County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is working on Kentucky 1108. That's Mitchellsburg Knob Road for cross-train replacement and shoulder maintenance. It's near Horseshoe Bend where that work will be going on. Alternate routes for travelers include Lebanon Road and Forkland Road. The hope is that the work will be done by today. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Danville on Saturday to discuss the topic that affects seniors. Coleman will be at Walker's Trail Senior Living in Danville for a policy luncheon where she will discuss potential effects on Medicare, Social Security, and other senior-driven topics for 2025. The event is free, but you need to call an RSVP to reserve your spot. You can call Walker's Trail at 859-236-5383. The event will begin this Saturday at 12 noon. The Kentucky Supreme Court ordered that Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk Dwight Hopkins be removed from his office. The Lincoln County Interior Journal reports that opinion and order was finalized on September 26th, with all the Supreme Court justices concurring that Hopkins should be removed. Hopkins was elected to that seat in November of 2022 and served for just a few months before complaints came in against him for alleged, quote, acts of unprofessionalism, impropriety, and workplace harassment, which created a hostile workplace workplace environment. Hopkins denied those allegations and requested a public hearing. An evidentiary hearing was held in February of this year, and after evidence was presented, a special commissioner who oversaw that hearing concluded that there was clear and convincing evidence of harassment in that workplace. The Kentucky Supreme Court justices also agreed, and by way of Section 114.3 of the Kentucky Constitution, they voted unanimously to remove Hopkins from that office. Since Hopkins' initial leave of absence, the office has been overseen by Garrett County's Circuit Court Clerk Dana Hensley. Meanwhile, Angie Doolin is running unopposed in the November election for that seat. And Republic Service is having their bulky item pickup week coming up in Danville and Perryville, October 21st through 25th. They'll do it on the regular scheduled trash pickup day on Danville that week, and in Perryville on Tuesday, October 22nd. They'll accept bulky items that are too big to fit in your container, things like couches, dressers, appliances, electronics, and even brush. They will not accept oversized items like pool tables or pianos. Tires, chemicals, or car parts are also not accepted. You can send out up to 5 items per home. Each item can weigh up to 75 pounds. It should be than 4x4x6. Again, that's the week of October 21st through 25th in Danville. I'm Joe Mathis.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Landmark of Lancaster Rehabilitation and Skilled Nursing Center, located at 308 West Maple Avenue, Lancaster, Kentucky. We offer a full range of healthcare services. We believe that the clinical excellence is achieved through integrity, value, passion, and commitment. Landmark accepts admissions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We invite you to stop by and discover what our facility is all about. Landmark of Lancaster's committed staff is here to assist you with the admission process and is happy to answer any questions you may have. Call us today at 859-792-6844.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, old Jackie boy, it's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. 50% savings every day on some of these things. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. All right, widespread fog as you wake up this morning, but overall it's a clear and sunny day. A high of 77, low tonight 58. Tomorrow mostly sunny, a high of 80. Saturday sunny and a high of 78. Sunday sunny and a high of 82. Right now 6:37 in the morning. Very quickly, your big deal of the hour this hour is a $10 gift certificate to the Big City Pizza Company in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. $10 retail value, yours today for $7. 30% savings on our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. 6:37 on this Thursday morning. What's up with Larry Vaught today?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Kentucky kicker Alex Rayner has been sensational in his 2 seasons at Kentucky, but he really surprised me recently during a radio show appearance. He was talking about the opportunities he had with W1974 Collective at UK, including the one, Scott County Humane Society, where he has tried to help get dogs and cats adopted. However, what really stunned me was when he told me he had helped out at a spray-neuter clinic. And by helping out, I mean he was hands-on working with the procedures on the animals during the clinic. I also had to ask him how someone as good as he was redshirted his first season at Georgia Southern, and now the position to win the Lou Groza, given to the nation's top kicker if he keeps performing. But turns out he was behind 5th-year senior Tyler Bass, who is now in his 5th season as a Buffalo Bills kicker and has made 112, 132 field goals, an 84% mark in his 69 NFL games so far.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
Attention wheat growers, are you ready to take your burn down up a notch? Sharpen Herbicide delivers a simple, effective burn down for wheat with up to 5 times faster burn down, excellent tank mix compatibility, and powerful control of more than 80 of the toughest broadleaf weeds, including Virginia copperleaf, mare's tail, and other winter annual broadleaf weeds. Sharpen up your burn down with Sharpen Herbicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
I also wondered how Alex Rayner decided to pick Kentucky when he opted to leave Georgia Southern. I did not realize he originally committed to Memphis because coaches there reached out to him less than 10 minutes after he entered the transfer portal. Later, Rayner heard from the Kentucky coaches and decided showcasing his talent in the Southeastern Conference would be better for him. Now his bucket list moment is to kick a game-winning field goal, and if he gets the chance, I know he'll make it.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
There you go. Appreciate that, Larry. Larry Vaught has Vaught's Views Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show at this time. It's 6:40 in the morning on this Thursday morning. A little chilly as well, 52 degrees as you're making your way out. Did get this in from the Parksville Water District. There is a boil water advisory in effect for those in the Parksville Water District for the following areas from 4230 to 6310 Alum Springs Road, AME Church Road, Colton Road, Pumpkin Run Road, and Doherty Road. All with a boil water advisory in effect right now. Again, that coming last night from the Parksville Water District. About 10 o'clock last night was sent out. So if you're just waking up this morning and living in those areas, make sure you understand boil water advisory and tell all your neighbors to. 4230 to 6130 Alum Springs Road, AME Church Road, Colton Road, Pumpkin Run Road, and Doherty Road, all under a boil water advisory at this time. Right now, 859-238 WHIR is being rumored that Cheryl Hines is now planning to divorce RFK Jr. after his, I guess, failed attempt at running for president and then endorsing former President Trump for president. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. could be soon find himself single as Cheryl Hines rumored to divorce him. We'll check out this ad for the RFK Jr. divorce lawyer.
Hi, it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And if you're like me, you're on the verge of getting a divorce. Well, I'm representing myself in my divorce case, and I can represent you. Yes, as your divorce attorney, I'll help you get the fairest settlement possible. Oh, hey, there's another client. Hello?
Yeah, my wife and I are going through a messy divorce. We need to figure out who gets custody of the kids.
Well, first thing I would do is file with a request to
a what?
Because you see, it's going to depend on the best interest of the kids. So
who's going to get the kids?
I couldn't have been clearer. The kids will go to
Thanks.
So if you're going through a divorce, hire me, Robert Kennedy Jr., as your attorney. I can help. Se habla española.
There you go, the RFK Jr. divorce lawyer. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I'm right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. My way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go to the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's a little Floyd Kramer action for you, folks. Little good news. Story number one coming from Horry County, South Carolina, where over the weekend, surfer Philip Lombardo rescued a woman from a dangerous rip current while surfing near Springmaid Pier in Horry County, South Carolina. Despite being a strong swimmer, the woman struggled against the current, and Lombardo used his surfboard to bring her safely to shore. The woman expressed her gratitude, and patrons at the pier there bought Lombardo a beer and a t-shirt. Story number two coming from Mackenzie Scott. Billionaire philanthropist Mackenzie Scott, who has donated $30 million to Housing Trust Silicon Valley, a nonprofit focused on addressing the affordable housing crisis in the Bay Area. The donation will help the organization expand its programs, launch new initiatives, and deepen partnerships to promote housing equity. Since 2000, Housing Trust Silicon Valley has invested over $615 million in affordable housing projects benefiting over 51,000 residents in that area. Wow. And story number 3 coming from Italy, where in 1962, an Italian junk dealer named Luigi LaRosso found a rolled-up canvas featuring a distorted image of a woman and what appeared to be Pablo Picasso's signature, which he framed and then hung in his home. Decades later, his son Andrea began seeking authentication after recognizing a similar Picasso work in a textbook. But many experts doubted the painting's authenticity. Forensic testing recently confirmed the signature is authentic, and the family plans to auction the painting off after they receive certification from the Picasso Foundation. The painting, which depicts a woman in a blue dress with a red lipstick, estimated to be worth more than $6 million, but will likely increase in value if it is indeed certified. Experts say a painting found in a basement is an original Picasso. Mackenzie Scott donates $30 million to California for affordable housing projects. And a South Carolina surfer rescues a woman drowning in a rip current. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. Floyd Kramer, take us some, but Sylvanus at Sunrise is coming up next.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same-as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Serving Boyle County seniors.
At a gathering place, we are working to make our facility the best it's ever been, but we need your help. Come to the table and show your support. We need new tables for our seniors. You can be a table sponsor for $500. Brunch with Friends is $250. Three's Company is $200. Tea for Two is $150, or Dine Solo for $100. Or you can pick your own amount. Visit our Facebook page for the GoFundMe link to donate, or call 859-236-2070 for more info.
When you have a tough stretch, got to do the things that get you back in the right mindset going into the next weekend.
If they believe it's going to help to keep cars on the ground, yeah, I'm all for it.
Nice that he went out on top in a meaningful race to him. That means a lot to our family.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right. For about $50 a month, you'll get lightning-fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back. But you're going to love it, and you're going to love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. Call now. 800-748-0593. 800-748-0593. 800-748-0593. That's 800-748-0593.
With Talladega on the horizon in the second round of the Cup Series playoff, Tyler Reddick does have momentum, but it's rolling in the wrong direction. position. Following 3 finishes in a row of 20th or worse, he's 4 points below the cut line.
Yeah, when things are going good, confidence comes with very little effort, right? When you have a tough stretch or a bad weekend, however it may work for you or that team, you know, you've got to do the things that get you back in the right mindset going into the next weekend. You're kind of in control of that, if you will. You know, the team, the driver. You just got to have the right mindset, and we've had to deal with this in the past, so I think we can manage it.
When Reddick traveled to Alabama back in April, he grabbed the checkered flag. Speaking of Talladega, NASCAR is making a number of aerodynamic changes ahead of Sunday's Yellowwood 500, hoping to reduce the chances of a next-gen Cup car getting airborne. Daniel Suarez.
If they believe it's going to help to keep cars on the ground, yeah, I'm all for it. But in reality, you know, we can do all testing that we want. The real test is on track. So if we don't actually try it on track, we will never know.
Suarez's team owner, Justin Marks, has a couple of new bucket list items. Find the right partners for Trackhouse Racing to run the Indy 500 and the Rolex 24. NASCAR Hall of Famer, class of 2025, Carl Edwards was the honorary pace car driver last Sunday and was asked about his immediate future.
I'm going to do just a little bit of TV stuff in conjunction with the Roval race. We'll do some Hall of Fame stuff, simultaneously like showing my gratitude and then learning a little bit more. So maybe there's some more like TV type of stuff, which interests me a little bit.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
After winning a race named after his dad Lou for the 3rd time at the track the family owns in Ohio, Sprint Car Hall of Famer and former Cup driver Dave Blaney, following a 40-year career, has retired a winner. Son Ryan couldn't be prouder of the Buckeye Bullet, but
it's going to be odd not seeing him race or kind of hearing updates of how it's going or where you're going next year. You know, a little bittersweet, but it's nice that he went out on top in a meaningful race to him. That means a lot to our family.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, presented by Progressive Insurance. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more at Progressive.com.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both. Competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Do you need a loan to start that new home remodeling project? Maybe you are buying a new home or refinancing your existing home. Whatever type of loan you need, Farmers National Bank is here to help you. Getting started is easy. Stop by a Farmers National Bank office in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Liberty, Middleburg, Perryville, and Stanford, and talk to a member of our lending staff. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Some restrictions may apply. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
Baker Auctions and Real Estate is an auction and real estate firm that offers a full range of premier marketing services for all types of properties, including residential, farm, and recreational properties. Baker Auctions and Real Estate offers live, online, and simulcast auction services. Check out all the upcoming auctions online at info@bidbaker.com. info@bidbaker.com. For online auctions, go to bidbaker.com. Now you know why.
Get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Delahaye Street. Call ahead for an appointment. 859-236. Danville, I forgot the number. Danville Auto Body Shop. Get it to you in a second. All right, you get sunshine today, a high today of 77, low tonight of 58. Tomorrow, you get sunshine, a high of 80, a low tomorrow night of 54. 78 is the high on Saturday. Sunday, it's 82. Right now, it's 6:54 in the morning, 52 degrees. Danville Auto Body Shop, 859-236-2299. So my new weather read, the one that I'm reading now, does not have the phone number in it. But I read the old weather read so much that oftentimes when I'm reading the weather reads, I'm doing something else, right? Like I'm getting something else set up. So I'm kind of just doing it from muscle memory. And then I look over and the phone number is not there. And I can't remember what the phone number was. 236-2299. The phone number for Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's sixth favorite segment right here on The Joe Show. Every morning, it is the Dad Joke of the Day.
Dad Joke of the Day.
The Dad Joke of the Day. What do you call two men looking at you through a window? What do you call two men looking at you through a window? Curtain rod. Oh, the Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show. We didn't promise you much. We just promised you something. And we at least delivered something. The Dad Joke of the Day. There you go. Bah.
Welcome to the planet of the apps.
And today, welcome to the planet of the apps study that says we're all getting bigger and fatter because we spend an average of 9 hours a day sitting down. So there's an app for you now. It's free. It's called Pedometer. Pedometer. And I don't know if you knew this, but you burn a calorie a minute when you're sitting down, but you burn 2 calories with every 30 steps you take. So obviously you want to be in motion. Pedometer it's a terrific multifunction tool for your smartphone. It tells you exactly how many steps you've taken, how many calories you've burned walking. Pedometer. You just set up the app in a few seconds by entering your weight, your height. Let me see. I'm going to try this on the phone. Your weight, your height, and the app starts counting when you start walking. My problem is I have headphones on right now so I can walk in place, but every 30 steps equal 2 calories. It automatically stores the detailed history log every time you use it, so you can share your results with friends via email. You can access the iPod functions of your phone to play music while walking. Once again, it's called Pedometer, Pedometer. You can search for it. Why? Because you found out about it right here with Rick Dees in the middle of the planet of the apps.
There you go, the planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays in the Joe Show. At this time, leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight. Brad Trackman is in the spotlight this morning. Brad Trackman talking about how women don't like short guys. Here's Brad Trackman, Country Comic Spotlight.
Got some cute couples here. I always wonder what attracts one person to another person. I read an article had the top 10 likes and dislikes of women. Number 1 like, ladies, was intelligence. Come on. Come on. I've never heard a woman go, ooh, read me a word problem. Come on, I want you to treat me like an illiterate. Number 1 dislike, short guys. This is true. You never hear a woman, yeah, I like a man that fits on my lap. I do. I find it sexy when a guy sits on a bus and his feet can't touch the ground. They just kick a lot. They dangle. It's sexy. I'm short. I'm a short guy. Remember class photos? I was always the kid in the front row holding the sign Indian style. Remember that, dude? Take the picture. I'm a lefty, too. That was always difficult being a left-hander. Yeah. We had green scissors, everybody. Yeah, the green scissors, green handles. It was very awkward asking for those. I need the green scissors! Me, Brad, if they didn't have green scissors, we'd use regular scissors upside down. Need some help over here? This is impossible. This is not cutting. How about the eraser-made pen? Forget about iPads, flat-screen TVs. A pen that erased. Blew your mind. But not if you're left-handed. I would write and erase it with my own hand. Teacher's like, where's your work? You're not going to believe this. My hand ate my homework.
Brad Trackman of the Country Comic Spotlight, Rick Dees and the Planet of the Apps, and the dad joke of the day. And the best jokes from late night television last night. Jimmy Fallon joking about the VP debate from 2 nights ago on NBC's Tonight Show.
Last night here in New York City, Tim Walz and J.D. Vance faced off in the first and only vice presidential debate. Yep, it was the craziest debate yet. They actually talked about policy.
Yeah, apparently J.D. Vance, it's pretty widely, I guess, accepted now. J.D. Vance did a really good job at the debate. And Republicans saying that they should switch the party of Donald Trump to J.D. Vance after that VP debate.
Most people felt that J.D. Vance had a solid debate. Republicans saw that and were like, hey, can we pull a Biden and just go with this guy?
So this is Sunrise, Jimmy Fallon, Brad Trackman, Rick Dees, and the dad joke of the day right here on the Joe Show. 7 o'clock in the morning, we're an hour
This
in.
is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Carton. President Biden is announcing details of Hurricane Helene relief efforts going to North Carolina.
I approve the request of Governor Cooper for the federal government to cover 100% of all the costs for debris removal, emergency protective measures, for 6 months.
Speaking from the Emergency Operations Center in Raleigh Wednesday, the president stressed the bipartisan efforts to help storm victims, saying there are no Democrats or Republicans, only Americans. He said their job is to help as many people as they can and as quickly and thoroughly as they can. The president's remarks came after he took an aerial tour of the areas hit hardest by flooding caused by Helene. And in Georgia, Vice President Harris toured the area as residents there deal with the aftermath.
The president and I have been paying close attention from the beginning to what we need to do to make sure the federal resources hit the ground as quickly as possible.
Areas of North Carolina have also been devastated by floods, with Buncombe County being one of the worst hit areas. Property damage there is estimated to be in the billions. Over 1 million in the region are still without power from Florida to Virginia. Meanwhile, former President Trump visited Georgia Tuesday. Jury deliberation is expected to start today in the Tyree Nichols murder trial. Former Memphis police officers Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith are on trial for the on-camera beating of Nichols during a traffic stop in 2023 that ultimately led to his death. As the trial was getting underway last month, Nichols' mom had this to say about her expectations.
Our hope is that they're found guilty and to show the world that my son was a good person and he wasn't the criminal that they're trying to make him out to be.
2 other officers have already accepted plea deals. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright
Tuesday's vice presidential debate drew in 43 million viewers. Mark Mayfield has details.
Nielsen figures show viewers tuned in across 15 different networks to watch the debate hosted by CBS. The age group with the largest viewership was those over 55, which accounted for 29 million views. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Senator J.D. Vance sparred over a number of topics, including immigration, gun control, abortion, and the economy. A CBS poll found 42% of respondents thought Vance won the debate, while 41% thought Walz won, and 17% said it was a tie.
Governor Kathy Hochul appears to want more changes from New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is facing federal corruption charges and could be hit with more.
I'm working to make sure that the key positions, working with the mayor, are filled with people that are going to be responsible, but it is ultimately his decision to make those. And I'm just letting him know that we're monitoring the situation.
Hochul has the power to remove Adams from office. She says the resignation of top Adams aide Tim Pearson on Monday is a good first step. The feds have been investigating a number of Adams' staff members and said in court more people could be charged. Security is being beefed up at South Florida synagogues as Jews attend high holiday services. Rabbi Yossi Harlig is a chaplain with the Miami-Dade County Police Department.
I've been in very close contact with Miami-Dade Police Department. We are going to have a lot of security there. So as a Jewish person of Jewish faith, you're able to practice your religion and be able to celebrate Rosh Hashanah.
The services come 2 days after Iran's attack on Israel with nearly 200 missiles and just days ahead of the first anniversary of the October 7th attacks. Israel's prime minister says Iran made a big mistake and will pay for it. That record-breaking heat wave continues impacting the Southwest and California coast. Phoenix is expected to see temps reach nearly 110 degrees every day through Sunday. Lisa Carton, NBC News Radio.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Kentucky has one of the most expansive state park systems in the nation. For decades, the parks have been bringing people together for family reunions, fishing, hiking, and a wealth of other activities. What's your favorite memory of a Kentucky state park? Unfortunately, it takes more than governmental support to keep the parks vibrant. The Kentucky State Parks Foundation raises money to create educational programs for elementary school kids to connect them with nature, handicappable hiking trails, and the preservation of historical artifacts. Make a tax-deductible donation online at KentuckyStateParksFoundation.org.
Good morning to you folks. Thursday, the third day of the month of October, 100324 on your calendar. It's a sunny day and a high today of 77. Forecast is coming your way. News is brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell, and I would like to invite you in to see how we became the #1 growth dealer for Mazda in the Midwest and #6 in the entire nation. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. This is how car buying should be. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, and no fast talk. So stop by and experience for yourself at 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Today is the last expected day of road maintenance going on Mitchellsburg Knob Road in Boyle County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is working on Kentucky 1108. That's Mitchellsburg Knob Road for cross-train replacement and shoulder maintenance. It's near Horseshoe Bend where that work will be going on. Alternate routes for travelers include Lebanon Road and Forkland Road. The hope is that the work will be done by today. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Danville on Saturday to discuss the topic that affects seniors. Coleman will be at Walker's Trail Senior Living in Danville for a policy luncheon where she will discuss potential effects on Medicare, Social Security, and other senior-driven topics for 2025. The event is free, but you need to call an RSVP to reserve your spot. You can call Walker's Trail at 859-236-5383. The event will begin this Saturday at 12 noon. The Kentucky Supreme Court ordered that Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk Dwight Hopkins be removed from his office. The Lincoln County Interior Journal reports that opinion and order was finalized on September 26th, with all the Supreme Court justices concurring that Hopkins should be removed. Hopkins was elected to that seat in November of 2022 and served for just a few months before complaints came in against him for alleged, quote, acts of unprofessionalism, impropriety, and workplace harassment, which created a hostile workplace environment. Hopkins denied those allegations and requested a public hearing. An evidentiary hearing was held in February of this year, and after evidence was presented, a special commissioner who oversaw that hearing concluded that there was clear and convincing evidence of harassment in that workplace. The Kentucky Supreme Court justices also agreed, and by way of Section 114.3 of the Kentucky Constitution, they voted unanimously to remove Hopkins from that office. Since Hopkins' initial leave of absence, the office has been overseen by Garrett County's Circuit Court Clerk Dana Hensley. Meanwhile, Angie Doolin is running unopposed in the November election for that seat. And Republic Service is having their bulky item pickup week coming up in Danville and Perryville, October 21st through 25th. They'll do it on the regular scheduled trash pickup day on Danville that week, and in Perryville on Tuesday, October 22nd. They'll accept bulky items that are too big to fit in your container, things like couches, dressers, appliances, electronics, and even brush. They will not accept oversized items like pool tables or pianos. Tires, chemicals, or car parts are also not accepted. You can send out up to 5 items per home. Each item can weigh up to 75 pounds and should be no larger than 4x4 by 6. Again, that's the week of October 21st through 25th in Danville. I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by KentuckyWIMAX.com.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code GREEN or text GREEN to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Roundhouseprovisions.com, code GREEN.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text GREEN to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Message and data rates may apply. Paid for by Roundhouse Provisions.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, old Jackie boy, it's brought to you by our friends taken out over at Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, Harrodsburg, specializing in discount, waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood tile, and carpet remnants. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, 540 North College Street. Sunshine, a high of 77, low tonight 58. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 80. Saturday, sunshine and 78. Sunday, sunshine and 82. Right now, it's Thursday, the third day of October, and we welcome on to the show Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
And we welcome on to the show Boyle County Rebel head football coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, Coach. Doing good. It's a bye week for your Boyle County Rebels, and looking at a chance to, I guess, rest and relax a little bit this week before you head out and take on Russell County next Friday, Coach. And had practice yesterday. How did your bye week Wednesday go for you?
Went good. We've had some spirited practices, getting after each other a little bit, which is good. Working on some things that we need to improve, and today we're going to work out. We're going to have a little scrimmage today, so it'll be a fun day today.
There you go. So have a scrimmage like an inter squad. Is this like starters versus starters, or?
It'll be a little bit of just maybe some guys that haven't been, the guys who've been carrying the ball a lot probably ain't going to carry a lot in the scrimmage, but we'll look at some other guys with the ball in their hands and then cleaning up some things on offense and defense.
There you go. So have a scrimmage coming up today. I saw on social media, Coach, there's a couple of your guys that are ranked top 10 in their respective weight classes in wrestling as well. Paul McClure being one, Jackson Berger being one as well. Did you wrestle when you were in high school, Coach?
We didn't have wrestling. Jack Stroh's also rated up there. I think he may be number one. Jack Stroh may.
Okay. Y'all didn't have wrestling back when you played?
We didn't have wrestling then. This is when I was in Perry County, I think they just started wrestling at Perry County Central High School. And then when I was at Corbin, they didn't have wrestling. I think they've started it now. And then, obviously came to Bolton, they've had wrestling. But I've not been in a whole lot of places that's had wrestling.
How much does that translate, the skills in wrestling translate to skills in football, especially when you think of, I always think of those big guys that are blocking and being able to push guys around, and they're doing that in the wrestling mat too?
I think it all applies to it. I don't necessarily know, but moving people and then not being scared to get up there and mix it up a little bit. I think that's the big thing that wrestling brings you is getting in there and you got to compete. And it's you versus that other guy. There is nobody else. It's what are you going to do against that person? So it's pretty neat, to see them do that. And I'm for them wrestling. They do that and they keep their weight up and they wrestle and do that. But it's pretty cool. I said right now I teach the freshman girls. So I've got Lila Smith in class right now, and I said, it's pretty cool. She's in my freshman class and looking up, and there's her. She's got her banner hanging up in the gym. I said, that's pretty cool being she won state championships as an 8th grader.
Wow.
And, they put her banner up in the gym. I said, here you are. How's that look? How's that feel? Being in the gym and your things on the walls is pretty neat.
Yeah.
But I'm for all kids doing whatever. I mean, I want them they got to be involved in something.
Yeah, what class do you teach, Coach? You said you teach freshman girl.
I teach wellness, so I get every freshman in the whole building. So I have wellness, and I'll do the girls for the first semester, and then I go to the boys, and then I have the girls again, and then the boys to finish out, and then I also teach team sports.
Do you ever come across maybe some of the guys that you teach, and you say they're not playing football, and maybe you see they're athletic, and you try to talk them into coming out and playing football for you?
That happened with Luke Enfield. That worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah,
so.
It did. There you go.
And he's doing that. Yeah. So it's great to be around. You get to see all the students, and you get to see them when they're coming up, and then they get to kind of be around and be a part of it. It's fun.
Luke Enfield is a name. That's a blast from the past. Was that from your first year?
That was I tried to get him to come out my first year, and he didn't. And then he came out and tried spring football the next year. And loved it, and said, and I said, well, just try it out in spring. If you like it, pay good. If you don't, no hard feelings, go on. So he loved it, and then ended up playing. He texts me all the time after a big win right now. And he ended up, after he played that year of football, I'm not saying this is why he did it, but I do think it made him a little more physical, but he ended up winning 12th Region Player of the Year in basketball that same year. But another one, he said, Coach, I wish I would have played all my years, coming in. So he had a great experience, made a big third down catch in the finals, I remember, and really just scratched the surface of what he could do there.
Yeah, that was the 2021 year. I'm looking at Luke Enfield right now. He was your number 2 receiver on that team. Of course, Cole Lanner was number 1, 78 catches, 1,288 yards, and 21 touchdowns. Enfield was the number 2 guy, 18 catches, 347, and 3 touchdowns, and a guy who had never played football before the spring year that year came out and loved it.
Yep.
That's awesome stuff. Coach Justin Hannis, Coach, appreciate you being on. What are you working on? Oh, yeah, you said you got a scrimmage today, don't you? And it's not a walk-through scrimmage. It's a run-through scrimmage.
No, not a walk-through. Uh-uh.
Not doing that. Coach, appreciate you being on. Good luck, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
There you go. Rebel head coach Justin Hannis, as Boyle County is on bye this week, and they will take on next week. I've clicked off the page. Is it Russell County next week? I think it is. It is Russell County at home next Friday. And they'll take on Russell County, but they are off this week. We'll talk tomorrow with Coach Haddox, and appreciate him being on this morning here on the show. We step aside, get the Big Daddy Sports in here, and then come back and talk Danville football with head coach Frank Parks. The Admirals are in Campbellsville tonight, taking on a really good Campbellsville Eagles team. We'll have that game on WHIR tonight. Talking with Coach Parks about it coming up next.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell, and I would like to invite you in to see how we became the #1 growth dealer for Mazda in the Midwest and #6 in the entire nation. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. This is how car buying should be. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, and no fast talk. So stop by and experience for yourself at 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In baseball yesterday in the American League, Kansas City eliminated Baltimore 2-1. Now the Royals visit the Yankees in the ALDS. The Tigers ousted the Astros 5-2. Detroit's at Cleveland next. In the National League, the Padres swept the Braves 5-4 and visit the Dodgers Saturday. The Brewers stayed alive with a 5-3 win over the Mets. Their decisive Game 3 is tonight. The winner gets Philadelphia. Hometown Radio has high school football on the air for you tonight as Danville visits Campbellsville. The Ads are looking for win .1 against Campbellsville, which is ranked first in Class 1A. Kickoffs at 7:30 on WHIR-FM 103.9. We have two games for you tomorrow night. Garrett County hosts Casey County on Z105. Mercer County visits Marion County on WHBN-FM. Boyle County is off this week. Kentucky football picked up a verbal from a Dayton, Ohio offensive tackle, 6'5", 250-pound Jaden Clark. Clark selected the Cats over Indiana, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Purdue, and Pittsburgh. Kentucky football has an open date this weekend. The 3-2 Wildcats return home on October 12th to face Vanderbilt. We'll have it for you on Z105. In other state college action this weekend, it's homecoming for Center College. The Colonels host Trinity Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Elsewhere, 22nd-ranked Louisville entertains SMU. Morehead State visits Butler. And Eastern Kentucky and Western Kentucky both have the weekend off. In the NFL Thursday night game, Tampa Bay is at Atlanta. The Bucs are 3-1, the Falcons 2-2. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR AM 1230
and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
Beats, Bites, and Brews are bringing downtown Harrodsburg alive October 4th through 6th with Kentucky's largest Oktoberfest. This free event features live music with everything from 80s and 90s rock and roll hits along with funk, soul, oompa, country, bluegrass, and more. Indulge in over 20 beers on tap, local food, crafts, and Kinderland, a free family-friendly inflatable park with activities for all ages. Oktoberfest guarantees fun. Admission is free. Visit kyoktoberfest.com for full details. That's kyoktoberfest.com.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at O'Charlie's in Danville, where coming up Sunday brunch is going to be there starting Sunday mornings at 10. You get a special menu including French toast, biscuits, and gravy, steak and scrambled eggs, bacon, egg, and cheese quesadillas, and $5 mimosas. O'Charlie's, Danville Manor Shopping Center. Sunshine, a high of 77, a low tonight 58. Tomorrow, sunshine and 80. Saturday, sunny and 78. Sunday, sunny and 82. It's 7:24 in the morning right now. It's 52 degrees, and we're talking Admiral football with Danville head coach Frank Parks.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and WhIR Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris WhIR.
And we welcome onto the show Danville Admiral head football coach Frank Parks. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing this morning?
Doing all right, Coach. Appreciate you being on for the show this morning. A little Thursday night football going down in Campbellsville tonight, Coach, as your Admirals head out and take on the Campbellsville Eagles. Tell us how practice has gone this week. And you had the extra week of preparation last week because you had the bye. So, had however long you wanted to prepare for a Thursday night game, you had that chance and time. So tell us how it's gone for you this week, Coach.
The guys have practiced well this week. Like I said, we got the week. They've been coming in with good attitude, learning and improving and practicing well. So, like I've been telling them, we getting closer and closer. We just got to flip that switch on a Friday night. So they practice well this week.
Yeah, well, good stuff. And this week on a Thursday night. So let me ask you, do you like Thursday night football? And I know there may be some positives and negatives. First of all, if you're playing a Thursday night, you have a chance to kind of have all eyes on you, right? There's not a lot of Thursday night games going on, so you're in the spotlight more. But at the same time, it's not that Friday night lights type 7:30 kickoff where everybody in the state knows where you're playing and when you're playing. So do you like Thursday night games kind of as like a little bit of a different change?
I prefer to play on that Friday night. Just like I mentioned just a second ago, Friday. Flip the switch on a Friday night. So, I'm more of a tradition with combat high school football. Good Friday night football is nothing like it. So, but we adjusted, adapted, and prepared for a Thursday night. Luckily, we came off a bye week, so it wasn't really a short week. So, that's a good thing. But I really like those Friday night games.
Yeah. Well, let's play a little over-under game then, Coach. Over-under 8.5 Thursday night games in the state this week. Do you think there's more than 8.5 or less than 8.5 games being played tonight?
I'm going to say under.
You going under? You just lost the bet. It's over. We got 10 Thursday night games tonight. 10 of them. So maybe a little bit of a heavier slate than what you thought there, Coach.
Absolutely. I was thinking right around 8.
Yes. Yeah, and of course you have some teams, I'm sure, that push them up because there is a little bit, in some cases, of an official shortage. Now, here we are in the middle of the season, and you get bye weeks now, so there are some teams that aren't going to be playing anyway, which frees up more officials. But I know Mercer County played a Thursday night game earlier this season because of an official shortage. So you're always going to have some games that are played on a Thursday, but you get 10 of them that are played tonight. Coach, what's your schedule for tonight? How do you handle the Thursday night travel schedule and heading up to Campbellsville?
Well, it was a normal Friday night. We'll have a little pregame meal. Then we'll watch a little bit of film and on their defense just to prepare. And then, we'll have a special teams walkthrough, and we'll load the bus and head out.
There you go. Danville takes on Campbellsville, 7:30 kickoff tonight. We'll have it right here on 103.9 FM WHIR. Now, Coach, I'm going to be doing some multitasking. Because on the radio, I'll have Danville, Campbellsville. On the TV, I'll have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Buccaneers are 3-1. Falcons are 2-2. I think I saw the line. Falcons were 1.5-point favorites. This is basically a toss-up, a pick-em, so let's just do it. We're both 2-1 on the year, Coach. Buccaneers or Falcons? Who do you have?
Well, it's a toss-up, but I'm leaning toward the Falcons this week.
There you go. As my Atlanta Falcons flag hangs behind me in studio, I can't go against the Falcons. It's my team. I can't go against them. 2-2 on the year. Buccaneers at 3-1, but give me the Falcons. Give me Bijan Robinson to score a couple of tutties tonight, and the Falcons win it over the Buccaneers to improve to 3-2 and get that first place mark early on in the NFC South. Coach, appreciate you being on. Good luck tonight against Campbellsville. Hopefully, we're talking tomorrow about a Falcons win and about a Danville Admiral win. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
There you go, Coach. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Good luck, and we'll talk to you then, okay?
All right, thanks.
Yes, sir, Coach. Bye. That's Danville Admiral head coach Frank Parks. Admirals and Eagles tonight, 7:30 kickoff. We'll have it with Liam on the play-by-play call right here on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It is 7:30 in the morning. We've got our K&N bottom hour news coming your way right here on the Joe Show. The County Agent's Corner is at 7:40, and Mimi Becker is on here at 7:50.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A homecoming for members of the Kentucky Army National Guard. John Shannon has the details.
300 soldiers from the 1st Battalion, 623rd Field Artillery Regiment are back home after a 10-month deployment to Southwest Asia. The battalion, made up of men and women from across Kentucky, served in 8 different countries while assigned to the headquarters of the U.S. Army Central Command. Governor Andy Beshear complimented the soldiers, saying, quote, "The Kentucky National Guard is the best of Team Kentucky. Congratulations on a successful mission. We're glad you're home safe." Welcome home ceremonies were held in Glasgow, Tompkinsville, Monticello, and Campbellsville, with military leaders, local officials, and soldiers' families in attendance. I'm John Shannon.
The newest satellite office for the Children's Advocacy Center of Green River District has opened in Owensboro. The Advocacy Center is a statewide coalition committed to helping abused children. This new center is one of 15 in Kentucky and is located in the River Valley Behavioral Health Center on Walnut Street in Owensboro. The center will provide forensic interviews and medical exams for children who are the subject of an abuse investigation. Louisville's police chief says enforcing a decades-old mask ban is another tool in fighting crime in the city.
The mayor announced this week that police will begin enforcing a 1983 ordinance that prohibits face coverings in public.
Do we just walk up and immediately arrest somebody in a mask? Absolutely not. That's not the point.
Chief Paul Humphrey told reporters at a briefing,
"We are not creating some new initiative or anti-mask task force. We understand there are legitimate health reasons why people wear masks, but we also understand there are people who are taking advantage of that, and they are using masks to conceal their identity in order to prey on the community, and we see it time and time again."
The chief and the mayor say they will work with the Metro Council and others to address exemptions to the ordinance. I'm Paul Miles.
And I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Serving Boyle County seniors
At a gathering place, we are working to make our facility the best it's ever been, but we need your help. Come to the table and show your support. We need new tables for our seniors. You can be a table sponsor for $500. Brunch with Friends is $250. Three's Company is $200. Tea for Two is $150, or Dine Solo for $100. Or you can pick your own amount. Visit our Facebook page for the GoFundMe link to donate, or call 859-236-2070 for more info.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Today is the last expected day of road maintenance going on Mitchellsburg Knob Road in Boyle County. The Kentucky Transportation Cab that is working on Kentucky 1108, that's Mitchellsburg Knob Road, for cross-drain replacement and shoulder maintenance. It's near Horseshoe Bend where that work will be going on. Alternate routes for travelers include Lebanon Road and Forkland Road. The hope is that the work will be done by today. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Danville on Saturday to discuss the topic that affects seniors. Coleman will be at Walker's Trail Senior Living in Danville for a policy luncheon where she will discuss potential effects on Medicare, Social Security, and other senior-driven topics for 2025. The event is free, but you need to call an RSVP to reserve your spot. You can call Walker's Trail at 859-236-5383. The event will begin this Saturday at 12 noon. The Kentucky Supreme Court ordered that Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk Dwight Hopkins be removed from his office. The Lincoln County Interior Journal reports that opinion and order was finalized on September 26th, with all the Supreme Court justices concurring that Hopkins should be removed. Hopkins was elected to that seat in November of 2022 and served for just a few months before complaints came in against him for alleged, quote, acts of unprofessionalism, impropriety, and workplace harassment, which created a hostile workplace environment. Hopkins denied those allegations and requested a public hearing. An evidentiary hearing was held in February of this year, and after evidence was presented, a special commissioner who oversaw that hearing concluded that there was clear and convincing evidence of harassment in that workplace. The Kentucky Supreme Court justices also agreed, and by way of Section 114.3 of the Kentucky Constitution, they voted unanimously to remove Hopkins from that office. Since Hopkins' initial leave of absence, the office has been overseen by Garrett County's Circuit Court Clerk Dana Hensley. Meanwhile, Angie Doolin is running unopposed in the November election for that seat. And Republic Service is having their bulky item pickup week coming up in Danville and Perryville, October 21st through 25th. They'll do it on the regular scheduled trash pickup day on Danville that week, and in Perryville on Tuesday, October 22nd. They'll accept bulky items that are too big to fit in your container, things like couches, dressers, appliances, electronics, and even brush. They will not accept oversized items like pool tables or pianos. Tires, chemicals, or car parts are also not accepted. You can send out up to 5 items per home. Each item can weigh up to 75 pounds and should be no larger than 4x4 by 6. Again, that's the week of October 21st through 25th. In Danville, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director for your Boyle County Health Department. The health and safety of our residents is of great importance to me. Each year, lives are lost due to lung cancer, many of which are preventable. That is something that I would like to see change. Lung cancer deaths associated with smoking and exposure to radon gas are considered by the Environmental Protection Agency as the foremost contributing factors in causing lung cancer. This is where the Boyle County Health Department can help. We have smoking cessation classes beginning often, and the entire program only lasts 13 weeks. Imagine how much better you can feel in just a few short weeks. Also, our environmental staff has information on radon indoor air mitigation systems that can greatly reduce the risk of radon gas in your home. For more information on either of these programs, contact your Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053. Thank you.
Danville's Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Lease and save at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Lease a new 24 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 for only $199 per month for 24 months. $58.79 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 10,000 miles per year. Stock M24173. Must be a current leasee. Bob Allen Chevrolet on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. Together, let's drive.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, old Jackie boy, it's brought to you by our friends and out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686. Sunshine. A high today of 77, a low tonight of 58. Tomorrow, sunshine and 80. Saturday, sunshine and 78. Right now it's 7:37 in the morning, 51 degrees here in Danville, and Telephone Tyler joins us this morning for the County Agent's Corner. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good this morning. How's
Good
Joe?
stuff. Doing great, Tyler. Appreciate you being on here this morning. I know you got some things to attend to, so let's go ahead and get the County Agent's Corner in here. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Got the top price for your livestock? Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Tyler Miller.
All right, guys. We talked yesterday about cover crops, and we're going to keep going today and talk about some benefits they do provide for us. But the decomposting cover of the crops does help feed soil life and contribute to the soil organic matter content, which can take years and years to build. So that's important. Now, the plant cover does help intercept and lessen the force of raindrops. You may not think that's a big deal, but it does stop those raindrops from hitting the ground and creating hard splashing and moving the soil off site. And these cover crops, they reduce water pollution. We know that. And remove CO2 from the atmosphere. So we got a lot of good benefits that we may not folks think of when we think about cover crops. But they do help the environment, and they do reduce the farm's carbon footprint. Now, these cover crops also provide economic benefits. They can increase crop yields, reduce machinery costs, outcompete weeds, break disease and insect cycles. They host beneficial organisms. So keeping roots growing on a site during the winter keeps all that soil biota alive and active, and you may not really think about how much life is below your feet, but there's millions of organisms working together, and when we keep those roots growing and keep those that soil biota fed, we keep those organisms working for us in our favor towards soil health. So that's a big plus to the cover crops system, and that's going to be your County Agent's Corner here on this Thursday. God bless you.
There you go. Tyler Miller, Lincoln County Extension Office. Tyler, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Yep, will do.
All right, bye. That's Tyler Miller. Texted me and said he had to get off the phone right when the segment ended. You could tell he was busy doing something. So let's give you some random facts here. And Thursday morning here on the Joe Show, and Lincoln County Week means it's brought to you by Tyler Miller and the Lincoln County Extension Office. Fact number one, each year in Japan, thousands of people deliberately disappear without a trace. It's a phenomenon so common that there is a word for it. Johatsu, or evaporated people who just disappear without a trace in Japan. Number two, the two least populated cities in the world are Captain Cook and Kailua Kona. They're both in Hawaii, the two least polluted cities in the world. Number three, every single year, at least one Friday the 13th happens, and about 11% of years have three of them. Now, the next year we have three Friday the 13th is going to be the year 2026. One of those triple years. Our current year, 2024, has 2 of them. We just had one last month in September. We also have one in December, a Friday the 13th in December. And number 4, the first fast food burger chain in the United States was White Castle. It was established in 1921 and was the first chain to have every store make its food in one standard way, so it would look and taste the same everywhere. White Castle, the first fast food burger chain in the U.S. in 1921. Some random facts for you on this Thursday morning. 7:42, we'll step aside, come back. And Mimi Becker, Danville Boyle County Arts Commission, is coming up next.
Boyle County Health Department, preventative care for a better future. The Boyle County Health Department is located at 448 South 3rd Street in Danville, Kentucky. We are open Monday through Friday with operating hours of Monday 8 to 5:30, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 8 to 4:30, Friday 8 to 3. Check out our webpage at boylehealth.com, and they can also be found on Facebook. Clinic hours by appointment or walk-in.
The Boyle County Health Department, 859-236-2053.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In baseball yesterday in the American League, Kansas City eliminated Baltimore 2-1. Now the Royals visit the Yankees in the ALDS. The Tigers ousted the Astros 5-2. Detroit's at Cleveland next. In the National League, the Padres swept the Braves 5-4 and visit the Dodgers Saturday. The Brewers stayed alive with a 5-3 win over the Mets. Their decisive Game 3 is tonight. The winner gets Philadelphia. Hometown Radio has high school football on the air for you tonight as Danville visits Campbellsville. The Ads are looking for win number 1 against Campbellsville, which is ranked first in Class 1A. Kickoffs at 7:30 on WHIR FM 103.9. We have 2 games for you tomorrow night. Garrett County hosts Casey County on Z105. Mercer County visits Marion County on WHBN FM. Boyle County is off this week. Kentucky football picked up a verbal from a Dayton, Ohio offensive tackle, 6'5", 250-pound Jaden Clark. Clark selected the Cats over Indiana, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Purdue, and Pittsburgh. Kentucky football has an open date this weekend. The 3-2 Wildcats return home on October 12th to face Vanderbilt. We'll have it for you on Z105. In other state college action this weekend, it's homecoming for Center College. The Colonels host Trinity Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Elsewhere, 22nd-ranked Louisville entertains SMU. Morehead State visits Butler. And Eastern Kentucky and Western Kentucky both have the weekend off. In the NFL Thursday night game, Tampa Bay is at Atlanta. The Bucs are 3-1, the Falcons 2-2. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hi, my name is Carol, and I'm a student at the University of Kentucky College of Nursing. You can prevent a tragedy on the farm. Make sure your children have a safe play area that's fenced in or at least separated from traffic and work areas. Make it free of dangerous debris and give them room to run and explore. Play equipment should be age appropriate and supervised. Although parents cannot completely kid-proof a farm, it is important to make it as safe as possible.
Hey, Kentucky families, it's time to fall back into your child's school routine again, and that includes making sure they're up to date on the latest immunizations. Kentucky schools depend on every child staying up to date on the latest immunizations in order to protect the health and well-being of all children. Public health is a team sport, so let's stay in the game with community immunity. Call 855-598-2246 to find a provider near you. This message paid for by Kentucky Voices for Health, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, old Jackie Boy is brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye Street. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repair, hail damage, and doing paintless dent repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Widespread fog, mostly sunny, a high of 77, a low tonight 58. Tomorrow, you get sunshine, a high of 80. Saturday, sunshine, 78. Sunday, sunshine, and 82. Right now, it's 7:47 in the morning, and we're looking at 51 degrees right here in Danville. A chillier start this morning. Mimi Becker joins the show from the Danville Boyle County Arts Commission. Good morning, Mimi. How are you?
Just fine, thanks. Gosh, what a difference a week makes in weather.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
I guess we can be very grateful that our area really survived quite nicely or fairly well. And so maybe just, keep your thoughts about the people who have not. And then after it seems like this passes from the news, there still is going to be so much that could be done, and try to think of ways that you can do something to help those really who are suffering, schools that have lost everything, So on that note, our schools in our area, this October is the beginning of the Youth Arts Exhibit Program, and the first two schools featured are Boyle Middle School and Boyle County High School. Just so happened that the two of them signed up for the same month. What's really fun is to see them, their artwork. The students' artwork is on display in publicly available places in town. So for the entire month of October. So Boyle High School is at Raymond James, so right there in the window, and Boyle Middle School is at Sherwin-Williams, again, right in the window. So we're so grateful to those businesses, and then as the year progresses, all the rest of the businesses that are hosting the schools, and other programs, the library, the fire department, the courthouse, City Hall. So take the opportunity to stop and look in the window and enjoy the local students' artwork and the programs in their schools. The other thing is this is the last first Thursday to the season. Tonight is the performance for, the big guy, obviously, J.D. Shelburne, who will be at Wisiger, sponsored by the Downtown Downbeat Brass Band Festival. And then at Wisiger, delightful children from the Parks and Rec dance program. They will be on the Constitution Square stage beginning at 6 o'clock. And this has been kind of a fun thing to have added to the first Thursdays because it's featured kids and their programs all summer long. And it's been a lot of fun. So check it out. It'll be nice weather. Maybe bring a sweater and a chair and have a seat and watch the dancers, and then move on up to Wisiger for the adult performance.
Pretty cool.
That's what I heard.
Awesome stuff. Mimi Becker, Danville Boyle County Arts Commission. Lots going on again tonight with the Downtown Downbeats. And Mimi, people have any questions for you and the Arts Commission, how can they get in touch with you?
arts@historicdanvilleky.com is our email. We're on Facebook, so follow us there. That's the best way.
Good stuff. Mimi, appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next Thursday, okay?
Thanks. Bye.
That's Mimi Becker with the Danville Boyle County Arts Commission. 7:51 in the morning. We got a quick break to hit up. We'll come back and we'll see what's gone on out west where the weirdos live, the celebrities, the famous people. The showbiz segment's next.
Hi folks, Mike Gay here. At Essity, we know that hygiene and health is the essence of well-being for every person at every stage of life. Essity is proud to be part of the Harrodsburg and Danville communities, providing good-paying jobs to our employees who make hand towels and tissue paper for people of all ages. If you'd like to join us, check out our website at essity.com. That's essity.com. essity.com.
Every fan knows the advantages of playing on their home field. Hi, I'm Patrick McClure from McClure Bailey. Proud to be a lifelong resident of Danville and Bull County. Our firm can provide a variety of services to meet the legal needs of you and our community. We're all local attorneys. We understand the needs of the people from Danville and Bull County because we are people of Danville and Bull County. Call the hometown team of McClure Bailey at 236-8888. Now located at 426 South 4th Street, just south of downtown Danville. Go Ads, go Cats, and go Rebels. This is an advertisement.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings, 10 to 1 on WHIR.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
At Monticello Bank, helping your business thrive is our business. We offer a variety of products designed to make banking easier. Whether your company is large or small, you can count on us to provide accounts, loans, and other services built around the way you do business, including e-deposit, our remote deposit capture system, and merchant processing. Speak with one of our representatives and let us help you solve your business financial needs today. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC on the Danville Bypass.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
There you go, 7:54 in the morning, 51 degrees on this Thursday, third day of October. If you are a Parksville Water District customer, be aware there is a boil water issue that has been made until further notice for the following areas. So listen up here for the following areas. 4230 to 6130 Alum Springs Road, AME Church Road, Colton Road, Pumpkin Run Road, and Daugherty Road. Again, boil water advisory in effect for those areas until further notice. 4230 to 6130 Alum Springs Road, AME Church Road, Colton Road, Pumpkin Run Road, and Daugherty Road. And if you have any questions, you can call the Parksville Water District about that. That boil water advisory looks like it was issued sometime late in the evening last night, around 10 o'clock in the evening or so. So I want to make sure you get that information as you're waking up and starting the morning off. Let's see what's going on out west in Hollywood, where the celebrities live. Our rule of thumb here on The Joe Show: if a celebrity does it, says it, or endorses a certain political candidate, you should probably do, say, and vote the opposite. It's the Showbiz segment. Here we go. All right, Lady Gaga recently got engaged, but the way her fiancé, Michael Polanski, popped the question was a little unconventional. She says, quote, "He asked me if he could ask me. He wanted to know if it was okay to propose before he proposed, and I was like, yes, it's so okay." They were on a rock climbing trip, and he had the ring in his backpack, but he did not get down on one knee. which she didn't mind because, quote, I'm a modern lady. Wedding plans are up in the air at this point. Gaga says, quote, we actually talk a lot about just going to a courthouse, just the two of us, and then just ordering Chinese food. But knowing me, it could also become a circus with unicorns. Who knows? That's Lady Gaga. Hey, Kevin Smith has a new movie called The 4:30 Movie. It's a semi-autobiographical take on his childhood. So he actually thought about casting his daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, in the lead, but she turned him down. Kevin says, quote, she was just like, you don't think I've got enough nepotism stuff to deal with online? You now want me to play you? Forget that. Harley had already starred in 2 of her dad's movies, Yoga Hosers and the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. So instead, he cast Harley's boyfriend, Austin Zager, who's already worked with Kevin on the movie Clerks 3. And Roger Waters and David Gilmour are finally free of each other. Pink Floyd sold its music catalog and name and likeness rights to Sony Music for $400 million. The sale does not include publishing rights, which still belong to the individual songwriters. Name and likeness includes merchandise, theatrical, album artwork, and similar rights. Now, does this mean that we can have a Pink Floyd reunion tour via hologram? It's hard to believe Roger Waters would sign a deal that left the door open for that, but who knows? Gilmour has wanted out for years because he got tired of dealing with Roger, who probably felt the same way as well. Pink Floyd sold their music catalog for $400 million. Kevin Smith offered his daughter the lead in his new movie, and she said no thank you. And Lady Gaga's fiancé asked if he could propose before he proposed. That's what's going on out west where the celebrities live. The Showbiz segment, and there you go. All right, Melton's Deli in Danville, the place to go when you're looking for a sandwich for lunch this afternoon. Let's go with the Hot Mammy. From the Melton's Deli menu today, it's number 3 on the Melton's menu. Lean roast beef, melted cheddar, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, spicy mustard, and their famous Dijon horseradish sauce on your choice of bread, but they recommend the toasted onion bun. For the Hot Mammy, $5.99. Double the meat for $1 extra. A double Hot Mammy is $6.99, and then you can get the Hot Dave, which is turkey instead of roast beef. It's all the same except turkey in there. The Hot Dave for $5.99 as well. It is the specialty sandwich menu, and all sandwiches can be modified to suit your taste at Melton's Deli in Danville, 247 East Main Street and 995 Ben Ally Drive in Danville for Melton's Deli, number 1 and number 2. Hey, coming up in the 8 o'clock in the morning hour, Randy Isms has his thoughts, the thoughts of Randy Graham, and Randy Graham's thoughts at 8:20. 8:40, James the Gardener joins us. In the 9 o'clock in the morning hour, 9:10, State Treasurer Mark Metcalf expected to join the show. At 9:35, Morning Point will be on here from Morning Point of Danville in their brand new building right next door. It's 8 o'clock in the morning here on The Joe Show.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Carton. The death toll has risen to at least 190 in the southeast, with hundreds still missing after Hurricane Helene and its remnants tore through the region. And there appears to be no end in sight for the misery inflicted on North Carolina towns by the flooding.
When it comes to where we're going to go from here, I guess anywhere but here. I don't see anything to go back to. We left our cars, of course.
Aaron Smith lives in the area of Asheville. FEMA rescue teams from around the country are helping the North Carolina National Guard locate people stranded in the flooded mountain towns in the western part of the state. Officials warn the recovery for Asheville and the surrounding areas could take years. New details are being released related to former President Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Brian Shook reports.
In a court filing released Wednesday, special counsel Jack Smith said Trump intentionally lied to former Vice President Mike Pence, state election officials, and the public. The filing alleges Trump describes some of the claims of election fraud as crazy behind closed doors. This all comes following the July ruling from the Supreme Court on presidential immunity that found Trump is not eligible for criminal prosecution for acts committed when he was in office.
United Airlines is getting a pass from the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA announced Wednesday that it's finished its safety investigation into the airline without finding any significant flaws. United has been under scrutiny since last spring when it was plagued by safety-related incidents like a stuck rudder and a plane losing a tire on takeoff. The FAA says it's ending its enhanced oversight of the airline as well. Jews around the world are celebrating Rosh Hashanah. The holiday, which means head of the year in Hebrew, started with the setting of the sun on Wednesday and ends at nightfall on Friday. The two-day holiday kicks off a 10-day period of repentance and reflection. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
There will be more than 600 traffic-related deaths in Kentucky. Over 100 fatalities will be people riding motorcycles. Over a dozen will be on bicycles, and more than 70 will be pedestrians. Scary numbers, but together we can make our roadways safer. Whether you drive, ride, bike, or walk, please share the roads safely.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Come and see all the good times that await you throughout Kentucky. Hike miles of trails surrounded by striking scenery. Catch fall festivals from lively music fests to local culture and heritage celebrations. Experience all the smells, sounds, and traditions of a bourbon distillery tour. Get nose to nose with some of the most magnificent and friendly horses anywhere, and so much more. Go to KentuckyTourism.com and plan your fantastic getaway. Kentucky. Come see for yourself.
The strike by U.S. dock workers appears to be prompting some panic buying. Mark Mayfield reports.
The strike has closed down ports along the East Coast and the Gulf of Mexico, leaving thousands of shipping containers on the docks. While ships remain idling offshore, there are reports that some retailers are seeing a greater demand for things like paper products and disinfectant sprays. Officials say the strike will affect prices on imports like fruit and alcohol. I'm Mark Mayfield.
A third person has pleaded guilty in the death of actor Matthew Perry. More from Brian Shook.
At a Los Angeles court on Wednesday, Dr. Mark Chavez pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine as part of a plea agreement. U.S. attorneys had accused the San Diego-based doctor of illegally obtaining ketamine that was sold to Perry. Chavez faces up to 10 years in prison. His sentencing has been set for April 2nd, 2025.
One of New York City's major airports is getting rave reviews from passengers. Kristen Marks has details.
Data services and analytics company J.D. Power puts JFK at number 4 on its annual North America Airport Satisfaction Study of mega airports. Those are defined as those with at least 33 million passengers a year. The study looked at passenger satisfaction in areas like ease of travel, level of trust, terminal facilities, airport staff, departure and arrival experiences, and dining and retail options. Minneapolis St. Paul International came out on top, followed by Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport and Phoenix Sky Harbor International.
Custom agents say they found drugs hidden inside a motorized wheelchair at Houston's Bush Intercontinental Airport. They noticed the cushions were too big, so they sent the wheelchair through an X-ray scanner. Hidden inside were 11 packages filled with cocaine. Homeland Security agents were called in, and the wheelchair's owner was taken into custody. Upcoming charges are pending. Lisa Carton, NBC News Radio.
Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community. Immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery. Mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here. At Essity, we know that hygiene and health is the essence of well-being for every person at every stage of life. Essity is proud to be part of the Harrodsburg and Danville communities, providing good-paying jobs to our employees who make hand towels and tissue paper for people of all ages. If you'd like to join us, check out our website at ESSITY.com. That's Essity.com. ESSITY.com.
Local high school football at Hometown Radio Network.
This is Gary True, voice of the Mercer County Football Titans. Listen to every game on WHBN.
This is Scott Bowen, voice of the Garrett County Golden Lions. Hear the games on Z105.
This is Liam Tomlinson, voice of the Danville Admirals. Listen to every Danville Admiral football game on WHIR.
Steve Bertram inviting you to join us for Boyle County High School football on Z105.
All games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
Well, good morning to you folks. Thursday, it's the third day of the month of October, 100324 on your calendar. It is a sunny day and a high today of 77. Forecast comes your way. News comes up here now. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Today is the last expected day of road maintenance going on Mitchellsburg Knob Road in Boyle County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is working on Kentucky 1108. That's Mitchellsburg Knob Road for cross-train replacement and shoulder maintenance. It's near Horseshoe Bend where that work will be going on. Alternate routes for travelers include Lebanon Road and Forkland Road. The hope is that the work will be done by today. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Danville on Saturday to discuss the topic that affects seniors. Coleman will be at Walker's Trail Senior Living in Danville for a policy luncheon where she will discuss potential effects on Medicare, Social Security, and other senior-driven topics for 2025. The event is free, but you need to call an RSVP to reserve your spot. You can call Walker's Trail at 859-236-5383. The event will begin this Saturday at 12 noon. The Kentucky Supreme Court ordered that Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk Dwight Hopkins be removed from his office. The Lincoln County Interior Journal reports that opinion and order was finalized on September 26th, with all the Supreme Court justices concurring that Hopkins should be removed. Hopkins was elected to that seat in November of 2022 and served for just a few months before complaints came in against him for alleged, quote, acts of unprofessionalism, impropriety, and workplace harassment, which created a hostile workplace environment. Hopkins denied those allegations and requested a public hearing. An evidentiary hearing was held in February of this year, and after evidence was presented, a special commissioner who oversaw that hearing concluded that there was clear and convincing evidence of harassment in that workplace. The Kentucky Supreme Court justices also agreed, and by way of Section 114.3 of the Kentucky Constitution, they voted unanimously to remove Hopkins from that office. Since Hopkins' initial leave of absence, the office has been overseen by Garrett County's Circuit Court Clerk Dana Hensley. Meanwhile, Angie Doolin is running unopposed in the November election for that seat. And Republic Service is having their bulky item pickup week coming up in Danville and Perryville, October 21st through 25th. They'll do it on the regular scheduled trash pickup day on Danville that week, and in Perryville on Tuesday, October 22nd. They'll accept bulky items that are too big to fit in your container, things like couches, dressers, appliances, electronics, and even brush. They will not accept oversized items like pool tables or pianos. Tires, chemicals, or car parts are also not accepted. You can set out up to 5 items per home. Each item can weigh up to 75 pounds and should be no larger than 4x4 by 6. Again, that's the week of October 21st through 25th. In Danville, I'm Joe Mathis.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy. Delicious flavors of family tradition, old-fashioned candy since 61. Light, rich, creamy, made by hand. A southern treat, a Kentucky brand. Mom Blakeman's Candy.com. So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's Candy.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pam Fitzgerald Clark with Wedding Planning with Pam, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, old Jackie boy, it's brought to you by our friends over at Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet Harrodsburg, specializing in discount, waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood tile, and carpet remnants. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, 540 North College Street. Sunshine, a high today of 77, a low tonight of 58. Sunshine and 80 tomorrow on Football Friday. Sunny and 78 Saturday. Sunny and 82 on Sunday. And then we're in the upper 60s as the highs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And the lows in the evening going to be in the low 40s. Certainly fallish feeling next week. It's 8:11 in the morning right now. Speaking of fallish feeling, 51 degrees here in Danville. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. So my buddy sent me something, since we're going to the sort of sports report, my buddy sent me something that shows you what your fan report card is. And so it's called champs or chumps.us. So are you a champ or are you a chump? Champs or chumps.us. And you put your birth year in, which is just kind of the standard. I guess I technically wasn't a fan of my team during my birth year, like 1989. I really became a fan when I was old enough to understand. But just standard, put your birth year in. And then you put your favorite teams in. So it gives you the option to put your favorite MLB team in, your favorite NFL team in, your favorite NBA team in, and your favorite NHL Hockey League team in. And what it does is it calculates how good your teams have been during your lifetime. So are you a fan of some champs, or are you a fan of some chumps? And so I put Braves and Falcons in there. I'm not really an NBA fan of a team per se. I like watching players, but I don't have a favorite team. And I definitely do not have a favorite hockey team. So I'll put Braves and Falcons in there from 1989 through now. And it rates you based on championships, regular season success, playoff success, how much suffering you've had, and what your current trajectory is. So how your teams are currently doing. So for Braves and Falcons from 1989, my overall fan report card score is a B. My championships is a C. Playoff success is a B. Regular season success is a C+. It says I've suffered a tad bit as a fan of the Braves and Falcons, but my current trajectory is that they are improving, which is probably correct with the way the Falcons are playing this year and the way the Braves have played over the last really 7 years. So if you're a Bengals and Reds fan, I've got a buddy who is he just put Cincinnati teams in there. If you're a Bengals and Reds fan and you've been one since 1989, check this out. Your overall fan report card is a D. You've got D championships, you got F regular season success, you got D playoff success, you've got extreme suffering, your current trajectory is going down, so there's no hope of really good success in the future, and your overall fan score is a D. Not good for your mental health, being a Bengals or Reds fan. Again, champs or chumps.us is the website. You can check out your overall fan report card. Let's see what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. With the exception of the Atlanta Braves, Major League Baseball teams that have been televised through Diamond Sports Group are either being dropped or in danger of being dropped. The shocking announcement came down yesterday as a part of the company's bankruptcy hearing. 2 teams, the Tigers and Rays, are out at the moment. 4 teams, the Guardians, the Twins, the Rangers, and Brewers, all have deals that expire after this season, but new deals are possible. 5 more teams, including your Cincinnati Reds, LA Angels, St. Louis Cardinals, Kansas City Royals, and Miami Marlins, are being referred to as joint venture teams and aren't a formal part of the bankruptcy hearing, and Diamond could walk away from them if they choose to. We'll see how that works out. For reasons known only to themselves, some NFL fans are just passionate about whenever Taylor Swift is mentioned, or heaven forbid even shown during a game. In a new anonymous poll, though, NFL players were asked, and really, they're the ones that have to deal with it, I guess. Do they think it's positive or negative having Taylor Swift come to the games? NFL players in an anonymous poll were overwhelmingly positive about Taylor Swift being at the Chiefs games. 72% of players said Swift is a good thing. 22.5% said neither good or bad, it doesn't matter, and just 5% said they thought it was bad for the NFL that Taylor Swift was shown and comes to football games. So 95% either say, yep, it's good, or it's not good or bad, I don't really care. The sort of sports sounds from yesterday in Major League Baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers came from behind to beat the New York Mets 5-3 in yesterday's must-win Game 2. They'll play a decisive Game 3 to see who moves on to the NLDS.
Hitter lined out towards left center. Churio is there. Game 3 is on the way tomorrow. From off the mat, the Brewers scored 3 times in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Game 3 is coming to Milwaukee tomorrow night. 5-3 your final score.
Yeah, late last night, the San Diego Padres beat down the beat-up Atlanta Braves to advance to meet the LA Dodgers in the NL Division Series.
Darno, it's popped up, it's playable, careful. Both go at it, it's caught by Higashioka, the game's over. And the Padres win it. They will meet the Dodgers in the Division Series.
And winter comes sooner for me as an Atlanta Braves fan as the baseball season comes to an end. And the final call as the Royals swept the Orioles to advance to the Division Series. The Royals scored 3 runs in 2 games and won 2-1 and 1-0 to beat the Orioles and move on to the Division Series.
He struck him out! And the Kansas City Royals move on to the Division Series.
For the second straight year, the Baltimore Orioles end their season at the hands of an opponent who sweeps them out of the postseason.
Yeah, the Royals lost over 100 games last year. This year, they're taking on the New York Yankees in the NLDS. More sports coming your way right now, said NLDS, ALDS. More sports coming your way with a Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, who gives you what's going on with a look at sports here on The Joe Show.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In baseball yesterday in the American League, Kansas City eliminated Baltimore 2-1. Now the Royals visit the Yankees in the ALDS. The Tigers ousted the Astros 5-2. Detroit's at Cleveland next. In the National League, the Padres swept the Braves 5-4 and visit the Dodgers Saturday. The Brewers stayed alive with a 5-3 win over the Mets. Their decisive Game 3 is tonight. The winner gets Philadelphia. Hometown Radio has high school football on the air for you tonight as Danville visits Campbellsville. The Ads are looking for win number 1 against Campbellsville, which is ranked first in Class 1A. Kickoffs at 7:30 on WHIR-FM 103.9. We have 2 games for you tomorrow night. Garrett County hosts Casey County on Z105. Mercer County visits Marion County on WHBN-FM. Boyle County is off this week. Kentucky football picked up a verbal from a Dayton, Ohio offensive tackle, 6'5", 250-pound Jaden Clark. Clark selected the Cats over Indiana, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Purdue, and Pittsburgh. Kentucky football has an open date this weekend. The 3-2 Wildcats return home on October 12th to face Vanderbilt. We'll have it for you on Z105. In other state college action this weekend, it's homecoming for Center College. The Colonels host Trinity Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Elsewhere, 22nd-ranked Louisville entertains SMU. Morehead State visits Butler. And Eastern Kentucky and Western Kentucky both have the weekend off. In the NFL Thursday night game, Tampa Bay is at Atlanta. The Bucs are 3-1, the Falcons 2-2. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
The Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is so back for its 13th year on the Hometown Radio Network, breaking down all the area high school football games from 6 o'clock until 7 Friday nights on WHIR and WHBM. Join us. We have a blast. We talk high school football. We even do the high school fantasy football draft. It's Central Kentucky's only pregame show. It's the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show, Fridays from 6 o'clock until 7 on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBM, and HometownLive.net.
It's time to make important decisions about your Medicare prescription drug coverage. The Kentucky State Health Insurance Assistance Program provides free, unbiased guidance in selecting a Medicare Part D or Medicare Advantage plan. If you have questions or need help, the Kentucky State Health Insurance Assistance Program can guide you through the enrollment period, which ends December 7th. More information is available about Kentucky SHIP or how you can volunteer at 1-877-293-7447. That's 1-877-293-7447.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right then, old Jackie boy, it's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. If you need a sign, a banner, or a decal fast, see the new owners and operators of the Little Sign Shop. They have full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Street meet. Sunshine, a high of 77, low tonight 58. Tomorrow, sunshine and 80. Saturday, sunny and 78. Sunday, sunny and 82. Right now, it's 8:21 in the morning on this Thursday, the 3rd day of October, 100324. On your calendar today. Hey, if you finally made it through that mountain of toilet paper you stockpiled during the pandemic, it's apparently time to stock up again. People are beginning to panic buy toilet paper because of the big port strike. And this time the hoarding is even dumber. Dock workers on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast walked off the job when their contract expired on Tuesday. And they're looking for better pay and more projections against job automation. So nothing's coming in through these ports right now, right? The workers have walked off the port. Americans who are still traumatized by the great TP shortage of 2020 rushed to stores like Costco and Walmart this week and cleared them out. Photos of empty shelves of toilet paper have been trending again on social media. You can find them all online. But it turns out that there is absolutely no reason to stock up on bathroom tissue because we don't really import much of it from overseas. About 90% of the toilet paper that you get in this country is American-made. USA! USA! Yeah, we make the toilet paper here. The other 10% largely comes from Canada and Mexico, which means what? It's mostly brought on trains and trucks and not on boats. Experts say there's no need to hoard anything at this point. Suppliers have known the port strike was coming for months, so they already stocked up for it. But if it does drag on, one thing that could be affected is maybe the least hoardable product you can think of. Bananas. It's the one thing that they think we could see a shortage of. Ports affected by the strike handle about 75% of America's banana supply. So if the strike continues, the one thing that we could see a shortage of is one thing that you don't want to hoard. It's bananas, as they sit on your counter and rot. But good thing you hoarded them. You got 73 bananas. You got all you needed. You hoarded them, but they're sitting on your countertop and rotten. We'll see how long that this dock worker strike goes on. Again, on the East Coast and Gulf Coast, they walked off the job when their contract expired on Tuesday. They're looking for better pay and more protections against job automation. It's 8:23. Randy Graham is in studio with Randyisms. The thoughts of Randy Graham. These are Randy Graham's thoughts. Take it away, Randy.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. Hey, Joe, do you know what the definition of stupid is? Of course you know, because you're Joe in the Know. But for those who don't know, it's continuing to do the same thing that didn't work before and expect different results. Now, to provide a live example, since examples are great teachers, examples make things come alive. And why, if one be wise, especially in a role of leadership, they should quietly ask themselves whenever giving a direction with the question, for example. Why? Well, because questions cause us to think inwardly and convict ourselves. And in the role of leadership, questions keep us in control, whether dealing with another or dealing with ourselves, in helping us find and keep the proper balance. Yeah, just like selling is not telling, it's asking. Whether selling a prospect that your product or service is the right choice for the job, or whether selling your idea to employees, fellow coaches, or teammates that it is the right choice for victory. It's an art and understanding of enlightened leadership. And almost every time I say enlightened leadership, it reminds me of that time someone sarcastically said, well, what is enlightened leadership? So sarcastically replying in the same manner, well, if you have to ask, then obviously you're not one. But yeah, questions causing us to think inwardly and convicting ourselves. But in doing so, it taps that billion-dollar gift of the maker that sits on our shoulders. But yeah, questions causing us to think inwardly and convicting ourselves. I mean, for example, have you ever confronted your child on something you know they've done wrong and you ask them, did you do that? What happens? The question causes them to think inwardly and they convict themselves. And because they're too young to mask their expressions, the guilt can be read on their faces, can't it? You know, questions work in adult life as well. We're just better at masking our expressions. But why asking the question, for example, to ourselves causes us to utilize our full resources to find the appropriate response? Yeah, the billion-dollar gift from the maker that sits on our shoulders. Because, you know, whatever we have read, said, or watched in all our lives goes into that computer, into the memory we call our subconscious mind. Now, stay with me on this, Joe, because this stuff is par excellence. I mean, I think that's French for meaning it's real good. But it also can be a great lesson that can be applicable to all areas of our life, since we're all smarter and stronger than any one of us. Yes, there is no I in the word team, and why, when I point, I realize I have three fingers pointing right back at myself. But for example, we have both a conscious and a subconscious mind, don't we? And whatever the conscious mind asks for, the subconscious will give back, good or bad. It will search its resources to find the appropriate response. And why I share this information can help in all areas of our lives, even dealing with negatives. Because, folks, negatives are a reality of life. Just like the post on the car battery, you need both the positive and negative to make the car go. It just takes a lot more positive. The important thing is how we handle negatives, because one should deal with them and understand them instead of dwelling on them. And this example will be very applicable into us utilizing the power of questions. For example, negatives are like weeds that grow in a garden or the festering sore on the body. If not hold or surgery performed, it can spread and cause death. Now, some choose to ignore negatives, thinking, well, if they're positive enough, they'll just go away. Hey, folks, they'll eat up your garden. They'll cover your body all the way up to your neck until they choke the life out of your business. So what do? Well, first, we don't take our negatives to our team, meaning our family and friends, or employees or our fellow workers, because we might give them a problem they didn't know they had. No, we take our problems to an advisor or higher power. Yeah, even in prayer. And second, what we do, we understand and deal with the negatives. We don't dwell on them. We become like a car dealer who has problems building up around them. He mentally lifts himself up above the fray, and while looking down on his problems, he says, I'll handle this problem this way, and I'll handle that problem that way, and appropriately place the card to handle the particular situation. Now, understanding negatives is understanding that whatever has gone into the subconscious mind will always be there, good or bad. It's what helps develop our attitude. In addition, whatever the conscious mind, now listen closely, whatever the conscious mind asks for, the subconscious mind will give back, good or bad. It will search its experiences to find the appropriate response. I mean, if you say, I feel good, your subconscious will tell you why. The sun is shining. My cold is over. My mate said she loved me. Likewise, if you say, I feel bad, your subconscious will tell you why. The sun is shining, but it's supposed to rain. I still have my cold. My mate and I had a fight. So what do? We play a positive mind game just like the car dealer. We imagine our subconscious mind as a fertile field. We mentally look across it and we just see weeds, the negatives, and folks, they'll always be there. So to improve this view, we sow wheat or positives in the fertile field. And after time, although the weeds are still there, we'll no longer see them because the wheat has covered the view. Wheat can be representative by being around positive people, reading positive books, and listening to positive information. Like this show, Joe. Yeah, listening to such information can change our motivational lever, but persistently listening and reading and being around positive people will change one's attitude. And attitude will greatly affect the way one views and deals with negatives, as well as it will with leadership. Yeah, we got to put the good, the clean, the pure, the positive, and powerful in that billion-dollar gift from the maker that sits on our shoulders. Now, just for those older, I mean wiser, since the Bible says gray hair is a sign of wisdom. I just wish it said no hair, Joe. But for example, for those of you who have had trouble with that thought or memory, trying to pull that information from your mind when you're trying to think of a name or something, don't consider it the sometimer's disease. No, sirree. Accentuate the positive, just like Jiminy Cricket from Walt Disney used to sing to us. You got to accentuate the positive. This means that computer sitting on your shoulders is so full of knowledge, it just takes a little longer for the memory to catch up with your typing fingers, your request from that subconscious portion of the mind. That's the attitude we got to take, because the subconscious will give back whatever the conscious mind asks for. It's called playing a positive mind game. And some people say, well, I don't like playing games. Well, the only one playing this game is you. And as a result, it's one we can always win. So when we're giving directions, whether to our children, grandchildren, employees, or teammates, ask ourselves a question, for example, and watch the subconscious mind give back the appropriate response. Help teach our children, organize our company, and inspire those whom we would lead. Here's a truthful example of the definition of stupidity. Some of you are saying, well, did you really have to go through all that just to make the point about the definition of stupidity? Yep, sure did. Well, I really didn't want to know that much about it. That's okay, just stay with me. But for example, an example of the definition of stupidity. Did you see where Iran sent over 200 missiles at Israel? And do you know what Joe Biden responded with when he was asked by a reporter whether or not Israel should take out Iran's nuclear production? He answered, no. In the same way, he has responded by saying that there should be a ceasefire with Israel as they try to protect their borders. The definition of stupidity as example is a country that has let in over 600,000 criminals, 16,000 being rapists and 13,000 being murderers, and we don't even know where they are coming across our borders. And this same country and leadership trying to tell Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel how to protect their borders. There's your definition of stupidity. Folks, it is no longer America at this point in time that is leading the world. It is a small country of Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu. Not only is Israel teaching America how to fight terrorism, they are protecting the world by recognizing, preparing to attack Iran and knock out their nuclear capability. While Biden says, don't. To a leadership that said death to America is not a slogan, but a matter of policy. Interesting and appropriate that the Jewish nation is God's chosen people. Maybe there's a reason that on 2 attacks, no one was killed. And the only one there was a casualty was, ironically, a Palestinian in Jericho, where the walls came a-tumbling down. Proving that not only does God utilize the power of questions in providing examples, but that he also has a sense of humor.
Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham. Those are Randy Graham's thoughts. You get it Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on WHIR, the Joe Show at this time. It's 8:33 in the morning, and appreciate Randy being on. We see what's going on with Grub Gab, the world of food, coming up right after this. And James the Gardener in here as well.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
Dunn's Barbecue and Catering, located in Harrisburg, Kentucky. Here for your affordable catering needs. Ribs, chicken, brisket, as well as our famous pulled pork. All sides homemade. Available for weddings, company picnics, family reunions, or just an old-fashioned pig roast. So call 859-734-3675. That's 859-734-3675. Dunn's Catering and Barbecue. 859-734-3675. I'm Sid Dunn, like Uncle Herb always used to say.
It's not barbecue until it's done.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Maybe it began with a little girl and her tin can microphone on the front porch of a log cabin in the Great Smoky Mountains. But it wouldn't be long before the crowd she dreamed of followed her home to Dollywood, where the memories we share will live in our hearts forever. Experience the incredible resorts, award-winning festivals, thrilling rides, and live shows with those you love most. Plan your trip at Dollywood.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Today is the last expected day of road maintenance going on Mitchellsburg Knob Road in Boyle County. The Kentucky Transportation Cab that is working on Kentucky 1108, that's Mitchellsburg Knob Road, for cross-train replacement and shoulder maintenance. It's near Horseshoe Bend where that work will be going on. Alternate routes for travelers include Lebanon Road and Forkland Road. The hope is that the work will be done by today. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Danville on Saturday to discuss the topics that affect seniors. Coleman will be at Walker's Trail Senior Living in Danville for a policy luncheon where she will discuss potential effects on Medicare, Social Security, and other senior-driven topics for 2025. The event is free, but you need to call an RSVP to reserve your spot. You can call Walker's Trail at 859-236-5383. The event will begin this Saturday at 12 noon. The Kentucky Supreme Court ordered that Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk Dwight Hopkins be removed from his office. The Lincoln County Interior Journal reports that opinion and order was finalized on September 26th, with all the Supreme Court justices concurring that Hopkins should be removed. Hopkins was elected to that seat in November of 2022 and served for just a few months before complaints came in against him for alleged, quote, acts of unprofessionalism, impropriety, and workplace harassment, which created a hostile workplace environment. Hopkins denied those allegations and requested a public hearing. An evidentiary hearing was held in February of this year, and after evidence was presented, a special commissioner who oversaw that hearing concluded that there was clear and convincing evidence of harassment in that workplace. The Kentucky Supreme Court justices also agreed, and by way of Section 114.3 of the Kentucky Constitution, they voted unanimously to remove Hopkins from that office. Since Hopkins' initial leave of absence, the office has been overseen by Garrett County's Circuit Court Clerk Dana Hensley. Meanwhile, Angie Doolin is running unopposed in the November election for that seat. And Republic Service is having their bulky item pickup week coming up in Danville and Perryville, October 21st through 25th. They'll do it on the regular scheduled trash pickup day on Danville that week, and in Perryville on Tuesday, October 22nd. They'll accept bulky items that are too big to fit in your container, things like couches, dressers, appliances, electronics, and even brush. They will not accept oversized items like pool tables or pianos. Tires, chemicals, or car parts are also not accepted. You can send out up to 5 items per home. Each item can weigh up to 75 pounds and should be no larger than 4x4 by 6. Again, that's the week of October 21st through 25th in Danville. I'm Joe Mathis.
The ultimate in dining pleasures at the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. Since 1995, the Bread of Life Cafe's been serving up good old Southern cooking featuring 3 mouth-watering loaded buffets, an extensive menu, and plenty of family atmosphere. Meet your friends for the Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30. All you care to eat, just $8.99. Thursday night's a senior night. Save 20% for seniors 55 and older. Friday night after 4, cast your line and catch the all you care to eat awesome fried catfish buffet with all the trimmings, $12.99. Delight your taste at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on 127.
Get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
Baker Auctions and Real Estate is an auction and real estate firm that offers a full range of premier marketing services for all types of properties, including residential, farm, and recreational properties. Baker Auctions and Real Estate offers live, online, and simulcast auction services. Check out all the upcoming auctions online at info@bidbaker.com. info@bidbaker.com. For online auctions, go to bidbaker.com. Now you know why.
Get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by James DeGunder. It's also brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 859-238-WHI 236-6686. James is in here laughing. James, I told you I was tired. I'm out of it this morning.
Right.
Like, just tired.
Just tired.
Yeah. Sunshine, it's almost like I can't focus. Sunshine and 77's the high. Tomorrow, sunshine and 80. Saturday, sunny and 78. Sunday, sunny and 82. Right now, it's 8:41 in the morning, 50 degrees here in Danville. And, James, let's go ahead and real quickly see what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food.
Let's do it.
Maybe that's what I need, a good breakfast, something to eat to get me back on the track here.
That's right.
All right, October National Book Month, and Pizza Hut going to be giving away 1 million personal pan pizzas to celebrate the occasion as a part of the Book It program. It's also Pizza Hut's 40th anniversary, and Book It provides a platform for kids and adults alike to promote book reading, so it's a special collaboration. Remember this when I was a kid, you'd read a certain number of books.
Right.
You get a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Okay.
Carl Laredo, the Pizza Hut U.S. president, said, quote, "I'm incredibly proud of what the Book It program has achieved over the past 40 years. It's inspired more than 70 million children to discover the magic of books, helping to build a lifelong love of reading. As we're celebrating 40 years, we're excited to invite readers of all ages to rediscover the joy of reading one book and pizza at a time. Pizza Hut fans can use the code BOOKIT40 when checking out online or via the app to receive a free personal pan pizza. The code is good through October 30th or until 1 million personal pan pizzas are redeemed." Hey, if you've watched SpongeBob, you may have always wondered what a Krabby Patty tastes like. Well, now maybe you have a chance. Wendy's and SpongeBob SquarePants are collaborating for a 25th anniversary of the popular show. 25 years SpongeBob has been on.
Wow.
It features a Krabby Patty collab burger and a meal along with a new pineapple under-the-sea frosty flavor. Now, here's the details. Wendy's Krabby Patty is a quarter-pound burger with 2 slices of melted American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, and a new proprietary Krabby collab sauce. You can order this a la carte or a part of a meal with fries and a drink. The pineapple under the sea frosty is a Wendy's vanilla frosty with pineapple mango flavor pureed in it. Fans can get a preview of the Krabby Patty collab meal next Monday and Tuesday at an immersive Wendy's drive-thru experience in the LA area. And then for the rest of the country, the meal will be available in-store at the drive-thru or through Wendy's mobile app beginning Tuesday, October 8th. So the Krabby Patty is coming to Wendy's. And Sunny Delight, a.k.a. Sunny D, a popular beverage for kids in the 90s, and the brand's trying to address its original fan base, 90s kids, which are now, my age, with a hard seltzer variety pack. It follows the first alcoholic beverage from the company, Sunny D Vodka Hard Seltzer, that was introduced last year. To find the variety pack at your nearest store, go to Sunny D's website product finder. Sunny D goes alcoholic. Wendy's Krabby Patty is coming, and Pizza Hut giving away 1 million personal pan pizzas. Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always just eat it. All right, I did skip over wedding planning with Pim, so let's get Pim in here. Then we'll get a gardening with James tip right after that.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart-Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. You're the mother of the bride, and you'll be helping in the decision-making for your daughter's wedding. What to do if you can't be sure how much help your daughter wants? Ask her. Find out in the very beginning how many jobs she wants you to do, if you'll be checking with her before you make decisions, and when you'll have to hand back control to her. Give your daughter every opportunity to explain her idea of your role, and let her change her mind and change the rules as often as she needs to during the planning process. What if your daughter tells you, pick whatever you want, but you're worried she won't like your selections? A good rule, provide a buffer. Make sure you have a refund clause or a money-back guarantee for any contracts you arrange and any items you purchase. Say your daughter is away at school, far away. With her time constraints, you have to book the florist and the DJ on your own. How do you make her feel included? Send her the brochures you collect and have her pick her top choices. When you decide, let her know which ones you picked and why. Be sure and get her final okay before you put down a deposit. The important thing is to make your daughter feel included in all the plans, despite the fact she's far away. My love note, as the mother of the bride, just know the best you can do is all you can do. Relax and enjoy the process.
Everyone on the road is trying to make it to their destination safely. You can help by staying aware of the large trucks and buses around you. They take longer to stop, have large blind spots, and make wide turns that require caution from other drivers. It takes all of us working together to share the road safely. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. Paid for by FMCSA.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty. Growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
All right, James, the gardener, who has been summoned into our next door studio. So, James, you want to just, you want to come back in a second?
I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good to me. We'll get James on here in just a second, giving us a gardening tip. 238-WHIR, phone number to call in here this morning, 238-9447. Tell you what, that does give me a chance. Have not been able today. I've been meaning to do this, to go over the Major League Baseball trivia question of the day. And winter has come early for me as a Braves fan as the season came to an end last night, although I'm not surprised with the lineup the Braves was rolling out there. That the season came to an end last night. But with baseball season rolling on to the playoffs, let's give you this morning's rendition of the Major League Baseball trivia question of the day. Interesting one for you. Between Babe Ruth's 60 home runs he hit in 1927 and Roger Maris's 61 he hit in 1961, there are only two players who hit as many as 58 homers in a single season in that 34-year period. Who were those two players? Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Ralph Kiner, Hank Greenberg, Mickey Mantle. It's two of those players. I'm going to go Hank Greenberg and Jimmy Fox, so B and D. Hey, I'm right. It is B and D. Jimmy the Beast Fox hit 58 in 1932 for the Athletics. He also drove in 169 that year in 1932. Led the AL in those categories and four others and won the first of two straight MVPs for Jimmy Fox. And then another great first baseman, Hank Greenberg, hit 58 for the Tigers to lead the league in 1938. He also led in runs and walks, and despite reaching a personal best 683 slugging average, This wasn't even one of his 2 MVP seasons, the year he hit 58 in 1938. There you go, the Major League Baseball trivia question of the day. We're back in 2 minutes with Gardening with James after this.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same-as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Papa's Quick Stop number 17, the former Bluegrass Truck Stop on Stewart's Lane's under new ownership and management. They have Shell branded top-tier quality fuel. At all Papa's Quick Stops, you can get 3 cents off Monday through Friday, 5 cents off the weekend with Papa's Quick Stop rewards. That's 3 to 5 cents less than what the sign says just for signing up. Larger fleet discounts per gallon are available when you come in and sit down and talk with Thomas Sturgeon and look at your monthly usage. Papa's Quick Stop number 17 is located 270 Stewart's Lane, North Danville. Stop in and check out their hot deli.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same-as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Papa's Quick Stop number 17, the former Bluegrass Truck Stop on Stewart's Lane's under new ownership and management. They have Shell branded top-tier quality fuel. At all Papa's Quick Stops, you can get 3 cents off Monday through Friday, 5 cents off the weekend with Papa's Quick Stop rewards. That's 3 to 5 cents less than what the sign says just for signing up. Larger fleet discounts per gallon are available when you come in and sit down and talk with Thomas Sturgeon and look at your monthly usage. Papa's Quick Stop number 17 is located 270 Stewart's Lane, North Danville. Stop in and check out their hot deli.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All righty, James the Gardener.
Yes, sir.
We got your theme music already played, James.
Yes, sir.
So we are ready to go.
All right.
Getting some gardening tips. What's up in the garden today, James?
Well, the grass is back. Mm-hmm. The weeds are back.
Yep.
So for the last, 2 or 3 days, it's all about trying to get the weeds out the way, cutting grass, because I've seen a lot of lawnmowers, over the last 2 or 3 days because everybody's grass grew. So, the weeds, the vines are back, and, it seemed like spring all over, because we had probably 4 to almost 6 inches of rain. And
yeah.
So it means everything's going to grow. When I went to the McDowell house the other day, it looks good. The flowers are bigger than they were, the week before because they got plenty of rain, and I put some mums in yesterday. So now it's all about, getting prepared for the holidays. I see people already starting to decorate. There's several houses that have some, great decorations out already. Then after that we got Thanksgiving, then we got Christmas, then we got New Year's. So we've got like 3 holidays coming up. And I guess my 2 cents would be because of the all the boats and things that are sitting out on the docks because people are on strike.
Mm-hmm.
try to get what you can now, because I'm sure the prices and everything are going to start going up.
Yeah.
Because, on the news, when I looked at one of those shipping places, containers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You got boats sitting out in the water, And, the wife asked the question, she said, how do they know where stuff is? And I was like, I don't have a clue.
They don't know. It's like buying a storage unit. You don't know what's in it. Like on auction, right? Somebody abandons their storage unit, and you buy it at auction. You don't know what's in it. They don't know what's in these shipping containers.
Oh, man.
They find out when they start pulling it out. Oh, here's some bananas. Oh, here's this. Here's that.
Right.
We did talk about that earlier, how people are going out and panic buying toilet paper.
Already.
But there's no need to, because 90% of the toilet paper is made in the U.S.
Yeah.
And the other that's not is made in Canada and Mexico, and doesn't take a boat to get here. So go buy as much toilet paper as you want, but there's no need to.
Because there was a lady at Save-A-Lot the other day, and she said, I seen somebody come in here, and they probably bought almost a whole crate of toilet paper. And I was like, why is it always toilet paper?
Yeah, why?
You can get that daily.
I guess they're worried about getting dysentery.
Yeah. Man, you got to get a storage bin for that toilet paper.
Gardening with James. You hear Tuesdays and Thursdays here on the Joe Show at this time.
Yes, sir.
James, appreciate you being on.
Not a problem.
Now let's see what's gone on real quickly on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history.
Yes, sir.
Starting off on this day, James, back in where did it go? 1941. Ernest Evans was born. Ernest Evans. You know who Ernest Evans is?
Don't have a clue.
Okay. Well, you'll know who he is after you hear this song.
Yeah.
Chubby Checker.
Chubby Checker.
Yeah, he was born Ernest Evans.
Yeah.
1960 and went number 1 with A Twist. And The Twist is also the only song to go number 1 on the U.S. singles charts twice. 1960, and then again 2 years later in 1962. Chubby Checker, born on this day, 1941. 83 years old today for Chubby Checker. It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1954. One of the great guitarists of all time was born, helped kind of revive blues in the 1980s. His name, Stevie Ray Vaughan, was one of the most influential guitarists of all time. Killed in a helicopter crash, August of 1990 at the age of 35. His family successfully sued the operators of the company for allowing an unqualified pilot to fly in fog. They were awarded $2 million. Stevie Ray Vaughan played guitar on David Bowie's Let's Dance album as well. Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of the all-time greats. Walk that dog, Stevie. On this day, 1954. It was on this day, 1962, where one of the founding members of this 1980s hard rock group was born. Tommy Lee is his name, drummer and founding member of Motley Crue, who had the 1989 U.S. #1 album, Dr. Feelgood. He's been married multiple times. I know Tommy Lee most as being the husband of Pamela Anderson, so I don't know, I get it. He was a great musician.
Right.
But to me, I didn't listen to Motley Crue, but I know that he was once married to Pamela Anderson, so I know him more as being the husband of Pamela Anderson than I do the drummer of Motley Crue.
Yeah. Well, because I would have never known that he was a part of Motley Crue.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
You know what I found out?
What's that?
Today, October 3rd, 2024, that Tommy, I knew he was a drummer. I didn't know what band he was a drummer for. Again, to me, 1980s, worst decade in the history of music.
Right.
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people are spitting that at me right now.
Yeah.
That's enough of that right now already. That's enough of that. Now, there was one group that rose to popularity in the 80s that was pretty good. We're going to recognize them right now. It was on this date in 2011. Scientific research dubbed this song the catchiest of all time.
Yeah,
This
I
is
like that one.
Queen's We Are the Champions.
Yeah.
A musicologist conducted research into what makes a song memorable and compiled a list of the 10 catchiest songs of all time. Queen, We Are the Champions, dubbed the catchiest of all time. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Top Hour News is right now.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Carton. President Biden is visiting Georgia today to survey hurricane damage. It comes a week after Helene made landfall in Florida as a devastating Category 4 hurricane. FEMA rescue teams from around the country are also helping the North Carolina National Guard locate people stranded in the flooded mountain towns in the western part of the state. Resident Aaron Smith says his family is living out of one suitcase.
We have one suitcase, really, and so trying to figure out four people and a dog out of one suitcase. It's just surreal.
Officials warn the recovery for Asheville and surrounding areas could take years. It's day 3 of the dock workers' strike at ports along the Gulf Coast and East Coast, creating uncertainty about the movement of supplies. Scott Pringle reports.
Dock workers remain on the picket lines at Port Newark, calling for increased wages and protections against automation. Experts say this strike is costing the economy billions of dollars a day as containers filled with goods sit idle. Governor Kathy Hochul.
It's not time to be panic buying groceries or other products.
About 4,500 dock workers in New York are part of the strike.
A Japanese airport was shut down Wednesday after the explosion of a World War II-era U.S. bomb buried below the surface. It created a crater about 23 feet wide and just over 3 feet deep. Almost 90 flights had to be canceled while crews worked to repair the damage. No injuries reported, and the airport has since reopened. Iconic rock band Pink Floyd are selling their rights to their recorded music to Sony Music. The deal is reportedly worth $400 million and also includes name and likeness rights. That will allow Sony to sell merchandise, TV shows, and movies based on the band. This is the latest deal for Sony, which has also bought the catalogs of artists like Bruce Springsteen. Lisa Carton, NBC News Radio.
Hey, I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024, Bank of America, N.A.
J.D. Vance is back on the road after his VP debate. Mark Mayfield has details.
The Republican vice presidential nominee was in the swing state of Michigan on Wednesday.
And it is great to be in the state that I think is going to be pivotal to giving us 270 electoral votes and making Donald Trump the next president of the United States.
The Ohio senator said he thought his debate with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz went pretty well, and he mentioned he spoke to former President Trump afterwards, who congratulated him. Meanwhile, Walz launched a one-day bus tour through the swing state of Pennsylvania on his day after the debate. I'm Mark Mayfield.
A third person has pleaded guilty in the death of actor Matthew Perry. At a Los Angeles court on Wednesday, Dr. Mark Chavez pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine as part of a plea agreement. U.S. attorneys had accused the San Diego-based doctor of illegally obtaining ketamine that was sold to Perry. Chavez faces up to 10 years in prison. His sentencing has been set for April 2nd, 2025. Black plastic used in kitchen utensils and children's toys could contain a toxic flame retardant. That's according to a new study from Toxic Free Future, an environmental advocacy group. The most hazardous flame retardants found were the same used in electronic enclosures on TVs or other electronic electronics. One of those that appeared in the study has been banned since 2021. A record-breaking heat wave will impact the Southwest and California coast through the weekend. Phoenix is expected to see temps reach nearly 110 degrees every day through Sunday. Las Vegas will also see temperatures get above 100 each day. Meanwhile, people in Los Angeles will also feel the heat with temps in the low to mid-90s. Up in San Francisco, the city by the bay will see temps in the 80s, which is well above normal for this time of year. Good news for Major League Baseball. Its average attendance grew in consecutive years for the first time in over a decade, and that's since 2012. Lisa Carton, NBC News Radio.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Now, the other day we went through, all the DEI priorities of FEMA since Harris and Biden have been in office. We now learned today in the Federalist that the Biden-Harris administration took more than $1 billion tax dollars that had been allocated to the agency responsible for disaster relief, FEMA, and used it to offer services for illegal immigrants. I mean, FEMA now allocated $364 million in fiscal year 2023, $650 million for fiscal year 2024 to shelter and services program. Their shelter and services program to provide humanitarian services to non-citizen, in other words, illegal aliens, following their release from the Department of Homeland Security, according to the government's own website.
Check out the Sean Hannity Radio Show later today, right here.
Out of all the things we can do to maintain and protect our homes, you know what? Getting up on a ladder, cleaning out the gutters, that's the last thing anyone wants to do. I know, I've done it. And right now you can save up to 30% off your entire purchase when you go to leaffilter.com/Hannity. An investment in Leaf Filter is an investment engineered to protect your entire home. Now, the beauty of Leaf Filter is they take care of everything start to finish. Every installation comes with a free inspection, free estimate, and a lifetime guarantee. Now, a Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will clean out, realign, seal your gutters before installing Leaf Filter. Protect your home and never clean out gutters ever again with Leaf Filter. They're America's #1 gutter protection system. And schedule your free inspection. Get up to 30% off your entire purchase when you go to leaffilter.com/Hannity. That's a free inspection up to 30% off, leaffilter.com/Hannity, and do it today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount, 1 discount per household.
You've probably noticed that Papa's Quick Stop has one of the largest selections of Candleberry candles in Central Kentucky. Candleberry is the premier name in candles, a name you know and trust. Papa's Quick Stop has a large supply of colorful cookie jars, candy jars, large jars, small jars, room sprays, cargo air fresheners, tarts, and tart warmers in stock. Enjoy a huge array of powerful fragrances that last to the end of the burn. Engage your senses now at Papa's Quick Stop across the County Fairgrounds, your local Candleberry connection.
For most people, buying a home or a farm is the largest financial decision they will ever make. Put your trust in the experts at Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. With nearly 60 years of experience, we've been helping families find their dream homes and secure top dollars for their properties. We're proud to support our local student athletes because we're not just your realtors, we're your neighbors, your friends, and your family. Like us on Facebook or visit us at urbangroup.com.
Well, good morning to you. It's Thursday, the third day of the month of October, 100324 on your calendar, and a day where we get sunshine in mid-70s as the high. Forecast comes your way. News coming up here first.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Today is the last expected day of road maintenance going on Mitchellsburg Knob Road in Boyle County. The Kentucky Transportation Cab that is working on Kentucky 1108, that's Mitchellsburg Knob Road for cross-train replacement and shoulder maintenance. It's near Horseshoe Bend where that work will be going on. Alternate routes for travelers include Lebanon Road and Forkland Road. The hope is that the work will be done by today. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman is in Danville on Saturday to discuss the topic that affects seniors. Coleman will be at Walker's Trail Senior Living in Danville for a policy luncheon where she will discuss potential effects on Medicare, Social Security, and other senior-driven topics for 2025. The event is free, but you need to call an RSVP to reserve your spot. You can call Walker's Trail at 859-236-5383. The event will begin this Saturday at 12 noon. The Kentucky Supreme Court ordered that Lincoln County Circuit Court Clerk Dwight Hopkins be removed from his office. The Lincoln County Interior Journal reports that opinion and order was finalized on September 26th, with all the Supreme Court justices concurring that Hopkins should be removed. Hopkins was elected to that seat in November of 2022 and served for just a few months before complaints came in against him for alleged, quote, acts of unprofessionalism, impropriety, and workplace harassment, which created a hostile workplace environment. Hopkins denied those allegations and requested a public hearing. An evidentiary hearing was held in February of this year, and after evidence was presented, a special commissioner who oversaw that hearing concluded that there was clear and convincing evidence of harassment in that workplace. The Kentucky Supreme Court justices also agreed, and by way of Section 114.3 of the Kentucky Constitution, they voted unanimously to remove Hopkins from that office. Since Hopkins' initial leave of absence, the office has been overseen by Garrett County's Circuit Court Clerk Dana Hensley. Meanwhile, Angie Doolin is running unopposed in the November election for that seat. And Republic Service is having their bulky item pickup week coming up in Danville and Perryville, October 21st through 25th. They'll do it on the regular scheduled trash pickup day on Danville that week, and in Perryville on Tuesday, October 22nd. They'll accept bulky items that are too big to fit in your container, things like couches, dressers, appliances, electronics, and even brush. They will not accept oversized items like pool tables or pianos. Tires, chemicals, or car parts are also not accepted. You can send out up to 5 items per home. Each item can weigh up to 75 pounds and should be no larger than 4x4 by 6. Again, that's the week of October 21st through 25th in Danville. I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. That's 315 Dillahay Street. Get a free estimate, and they work with their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Sunny, high of 77. 58 the low tonight. Sunny tomorrow, high of 80. Sunny Saturday, 78. Sunny Sunday, and 82. 9:11 in the morning right now. It's 51 degrees. Thursday, the third day of the month of October. I thought that we were going to have the state treasurer, Mark Metcalf, on, though I will be honest, there was the guy I was talking to never really said yes, but also never really said no. So it was one of those things where, like, okay, I'll put him down on the calendar in hopes that he comes in or calls in. So maybe there was... Not maybe, there obviously has been some miscommunication. So I thought Mark Metcalf was coming on. Apparently not. But they wanted to come on and talk about the property. The state, like they have people's property. And they're trying to find people, and there's like a certain number of hundreds of millions of dollars of stuff they have that belongs to people that they're trying to get it to. And they had the numbers for Boyle County and all that. But again, I guess there was... miscommunication there. So let's give you the Adcaster instead. We have people's property as well here in the Adcaster, and they want to sell it to you. That's the point of the Adcaster. Let's get it done.
Now, the Adcaster Show on WHIR. Buy, sell, trade for free. Phone lines are now open. Call 859-238-WHIR.
Unclaimed property. You just hit me. That's what it is. Unclaimed property. This is claimed property on the Adcaster, and you can reclaim it. You can make it yours. One man's claimed property is another man's reclaimed property. I think that's how the saying goes. All right, we're going to start off with this lost dog. I assume it's still lost. I've not been told otherwise. This is a friendly golden retriever. Sweet, beautiful dog. It was missing since Sunday. Wandering Hills subdivision off of Lebanon Road is where it went missing at. And it's a golden retriever named Daisy. Again, a sweet-looking dog in the pictures. I'm being told it is still lost. Just get the message in. So if you see Daisy, a golden retriever, last seen now on Parksville Crosspike. Information coming into me. So golden retriever, looks like it has a pink little collar on, or a pink bone hanging from its collar. So let's see if we can get Daisy home. 859-618-4626. Or if you find Daisy, you can even call the radio station. If you don't remember that number, I'll give you the number. 859-618-4626. There is a reward for the return of Daisy. For sale, a white and silver Acme juicer for $200. Women's Birkenstock sandals, size 6.5, like new, $75. And a Mason House white comforter, $25. 859-613-9276. 859-613-9276. And for sale, an electric wheelchair asking $300 or best offer for this. 859-325-1976. 859-325-1976. We step aside. We come back and give you the second half of the Adcaster. Coming up, the halftime show is brought to you by Papa's Truck Stop here in Danville.
Papa's Quick Stop number 17, the former Bluegrass Truck Stop on Stewart's Lane's under new ownership and management. They have Shell branded top-tier quality fuel. At all Papa's Quick Stops, you can get 3 cents off Monday through Friday, 5 cents off the weekend with Papa's Quick Stop Rewards. That's 3 to 5 cents less than what the sign says just for signing up. Larger fleet discounts per gallon are available when you come in and sit down and talk with Thomas Sturgeon and look at your monthly usage. Papa's Quick Stop number 17 is located 270 Stewart's Lane, North Danville. Stop in and check out their hot deli.
Second half of the Adcaster, and what a short second half it's going to be. We only have one item. It's a yard sale going on. Yard sale going on October the 5th, 1304 Mitchellsburg Road, 1 mile outside of Perryville, going on Saturday. Furniture, glassware, boys' clothes, Christmas decorations, and a generator for sale Saturday, 8 to 5, 1304 Mitchellsburg Road. Good morning. You're on the Adcaster.
What about it, Mr. Daddy, to be again? Congratulations.
Hey. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that.
When to do? The beautiful baby.
Baby is due in December.
What day? At the end of December?
A couple days before Christmas, 20th, 21st, right around there. I always get, it's either the 20th or 21st, and every time I say it, it ends up being, Rebecca says, no, that's not right, and now I can't remember which date it's supposed to be. It's either the 20th or 21st.
Don't you worry about it, Daddy. I'm so proud of you all.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I've got a juicer for sale, and I got rid of my lamp. I gave it to one of my friends, so that's not available no longer.
Okay.
I've got clothes, all different sizes, and I've got a new phone number. My phone number is 859-220-2243.
859-220. What was the last one?
2243.
All right, has a juicer for sale and has clothes of all different sizes for sale as well. You can call her 859-220-2243. 859-220-2243. We got you down. Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good day.
Have a good day, brother.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, 859-220-2243, a juicer and clothes of all sizes that she has for sale. And that's all I've got. That's all she wrote, he wrote, and they wrote for this Thursday morning edition of the Adcaster right here on WHIR Danville. That'll go. News Talk Sports. KSM, Kentucky Sports Memories, is coming up next.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogel. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And today, Van Vance talks about the greatest moments in his very long radio broadcasting career.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
Van Vance was the radio play-by-play voice for the Kentucky Colonels back in the old American Basketball Association. He was at the mic when the Colonels won the 75 championship in the ABA. The ABA folded in 1976, but Van wasn't done doing play-by-play. In the early 80s, he became the play-by-play announcer for U of L football and men's basketball, and had the call when the Cardinals won the 1986 NCAA basketball championship. So I talked to him about being involved in such big moments in his life and sports career.
Is the Colonels championship in 75 and the U of L championship in 86, are those your two, most memorable, greatest moments in broadcasting?
Well, I got to put a third one in there, Gary. I got to put the Dream game in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm sitting up there broadcasting, and right before we went on the air, Ralph Hacker and Kay Wood are right across from us, and Jack Tennant and I are doing the U of L feed, and they're doing the UK. Here I've grown up, been fans of all of them, and Ralph Hacker comes over and shakes their hand. We look down in, Stokely Arena in Knoxville. It's totally yellow. The seats are yellow. Everything in there is yellow. But all of the people in there for that championship of that regional, they're all wearing either blue or red. And John Y. Brown's walking around with a blue-red coat on, half and half. And that was a great moment. So I got to put three highlight moments, and those are the Dream game, the 75 championship, and the 86 championship.
That NCAA basketball tournament game was billed as the Dream game simply because at that time, UK and U of L didn't play one another on a regular basis. So that year, in March of 1983, U of L won that NCAA tournament game. It went to overtime, but the Cardinals won it. More with Van tomorrow. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
Thank you there, Gary. Gary Fogle, KSM, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show. It's 9:22 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR to call in. Coming up at 9:35, it's a Morning Point Thursday. Julie and Lisa will be in studio with us.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This is Casey McCoy, your Bull County Clerk. With Election Day approaching, I would like to remind everyone of 3-day early voting, a safe and secure way to cast your vote. Early voting Wednesday, October 31st through Saturday, November 2nd from 8 to 4 at the showroom on Lebanon Road in Danville.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, old Jackie boy. Appreciate that. It's nice of you. Brought to you by our friends over at Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, Harrisburg. Specializing in discount, waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood tile, and carpet remnants. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, 540 North College Street. Mostly sunny, a high of 77, low tonight 58. Sunshine tomorrow, a high of 80. Sunshine Saturday, 78. Sunshine on Sunday, and a high of 82. Right now it's 9:23 in the morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in here this morning. 238-9447. Experts believe hemophilia. There is a word for falling in love too quickly and too easily. It's called hemophilia. Experts believe it can be dangerous. Hemophilia can be, and they're actually holding a press conference about the dangers of hemophilia, and we're going to take that press conference live right now. Here it is.
Hi there, folks. Thanks for coming. And as a representative for the National Board of Psychologists, I want to confirm our findings that hemophilia, or the tendency to fall in love fast and easily, can actually be quite dangerous. Any questions?
I love you.
It's not really a question. And again, I would warn against falling in love with somebody so quickly. And
I love you, Doctor. I love you so much.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Listen, folks, it's important to not...
I love you with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns, Doctor.
Oh, my.
I love you.
Me?
Yes, I love you so much.
I love you, too. I love you and the doctor.
Okay, please don't do this. It's harmful to...
I love everybody in this building, and I love everybody that's not in this building.
Oh, boy. Good luck, weirdos. No more questions.
We got a new world record this morning. Let's take a look at it. Hey, a group of students have set the Guinness World Record for dropping an egg from 83 feet without it breaking. Trendiffen Easttown School District students, a.k.a. the TE Egg Drop Team, built a protective covering that allowed their egg to fall without cracking its shell. The record of 54.13 feet was smashed by the team, now of 83 feet. Derek Wood is the teacher. He gushed, quote, "It was a lot of video evidence and paperwork to compile all over the past few weeks, but it was definitely worth it. Hopefully this record will be like our egg, unbroken for quite some time." A new world record. Students set a record for dropping an egg from 83 feet, and the egg didn't break. There you go. It's 9:25 in the morning. We got some time to see what's breaking and trending this morning here on the Joe Show in the 9 o'clock in the morning hour, so let's take a look at it. First of all, thousands of Bank of America customers had trouble accessing their bank accounts online yesterday, with many logging in and seeing a zero balance in their accounts. Whoa! Reports of the problem started shortly after noon yesterday. Bank of America said in a statement last night the issues, quote, "are being addressed and have largely been resolved," but gave no explanation for the cause. The 2025 Homeland Threat Assessment was released by the Department of Homeland Security yesterday, and it warns that the threat environment in the U.S. will remain high and says that the biggest physical threat is, quote, "to government officials, voters, and election-related personnel and infrastructure, including polling places, ballot drop box locations, voter registration sites, campaign events, things like that." The Department of Homeland Security believes the threats are due to policy complaints that are coming from, quote, "violent extremists, transnational criminal organizations, adversarial nation states, and malicious cyber actors." Ford reported a 0.7% increase in new vehicle sales in the third quarter, but lost its lead in electric vehicle sales to GM. EV sales this year are through the end of September total 67,689 for Ford and 70,450 for GM. The third quarter results didn't have any good news for Stellantis, as the automaker had a 19.8% decline in sales. An increase in Fiat sales did little to offset over 40% drops for Chrysler and Dodge brands as well. Hey, the fallout from the chemical plant fire in Georgia over the weekend continues, and we mean that literally. Air quality samples and weather forecasts predict that there's a high likelihood that people in the metro Atlanta area will see a haze and smell chlorine today. The fire that broke out on the roof of the Biolab plant in Conyers Sunday morning sent massive plumes of chemical smoke into the air, and it continues to kind of just drift around. The air quality findings announced yesterday were above the action level for chlorine, with officials saying it shouldn't pose a threat to people. Despite that assessment, emergency management agencies recommend that people limit their exposure to the air to smoke, and say that chlorine can cause people with heart or lung disease to suffer symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, and fatigue. Interim Director for the Gwinnett, Newton, and Rockdale Health District, Dr. Lynn Paxton, says it's below the level that would make it dangerous.
The level at which you can actually smell the chlorine in the air, which is what's happening right now, is actually below the level that actually causes a problem.
Hey, Alec Baldwin's cowboy movie Rust will have its world premiere next month. The film is set to be shown in an international film festival that begins November 10th in Poland. A press release from the festival says the film will be screened to honor the legacy of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, who was shot to death while filming the movie. Baldwin was charged with manslaughter following that shooting, but this case was dismissed. The armorer on set is serving an 18-month sentence for involuntary manslaughter. Rust is about a 13-year-old Wyoming boy who goes on the run with his grandfather after he's sentenced to hang for the accidental killing of a local rancher. And the man accused of starting the massive line fire in California's San Bernardino County may have left his DNA at the crime scene. Justin Holzenberg made another court appearance this week during a day-and-a-half-long preliminary hearing. A spokesperson for the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office and Holtzberg's started the fire paper wrapped around coins, and a DNA analysis came back positive for his DNA on the scene. It has burned nearly 44,000 acres of land. He faces 14 felony charges for that San Bernardino County fire. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville. It is 9:29 in the morning. We're 30 seconds away from K&N News, bottom hour on the Joe Show.
A&M Diesel Automotive and Truck Repair in Danville, located on Lebanon Road, is family-owned and operated. A&M Diesel specializes in both diesel and gas repairs, such as brake work, front-end repairs, oil changes, tune-ups, and more on most all vehicles. They provide both major and minor repairs, and they're your Jasper engine and transmission dealer. Plus, Jeremy and Corey are both certified diesel mechanics, and they offer honest prices and walk-ins are welcome. For your appointment, call 859-332-7026. A&M Diesel.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Governor WHIR being recognized by Time magazine. Governor made the Time 100 Next list of emerging leaders who are making a difference in shaping the future. Governor responding to the recognition by saying the honor is a testament to the great work they're doing in Kentucky and the rest of the world is noticing. Police at the University of Kentucky investigating another sexual assault on campus. Assault reportedly occurred in the victim's room in a residence hall this past Saturday. Victim, suspect reportedly know each other. This is the third sexual assault reported on UK's campus in a month. Fallen firefighters across the Commonwealth remembered in a ceremony to add names to the Fallen Firefighter Memorial in Frankfort. The Lieutenant Governor, Jacqueline Coleman, was there yesterday as 11 names were added to the wall in Juniper Hills Park. Homecoming for members of the Kentucky Army National Guard.
300 soldiers from the 1st Battalion, 623rd Field Artillery Regiment are back home after a 10-month deployment to Southwest Asia. The battalion, made up of men and women from across Kentucky, served in 8 different countries while assigned to the headquarters of the U.S. Army Central Command. Governor Andy Beshear complimented the soldiers, saying, quote, "The Kentucky National Guard is the best of Team Kentucky. Congratulations on a successful mission. We're glad you're home safe." Welcome home ceremonies were held in Glasgow, Tompkinsville, Monticello, and Campbellsville, with military leaders, local officials, and soldiers' families in attendance. I'm John Shannon.
Well, some areas of eastern Kentucky without power days after the remnants of Hurricane Helene moved through. The Kentucky Electric Cooperatives working to repair lines to the hundreds of residents without power. I'm Matt Reese.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Farmers National Bank invites you to flash your school spirit by offering you debit cards created especially for your school, including Boyle County High School, Bergen Independent School, Casey County High School, Center College, Danville High School, Danville Christian Academy, Garrett County High School, Kentucky School for the Deaf, Lincoln County High School, and Mercer County High School. School debit cards from Farmers National Bank offer many great conveniences and services. Come to the Farmers National Bank location nearest you or visit us today online at fnbky.com. Since 1879, Farmers National Bank proudly serves you with banking locations in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Liberty, Middleburg, Perryville, and Stanford. Flash your school spirit with a school debit card from Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Certain restrictions may apply. See your Farmers National Bank representative for complete details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Truth is more than a concept. It is what makes us different. Truth is where we start and where we finish. It is our curriculum and our extracurricular. It makes us a community, one that leads through serving. If you are looking for academic excellence in a Christ-centered environment, opportunity is closer than you may think. It is easy for you to join our community, Danville Christian Academy, engaging the truth, empowering the future.
Landmark of Lancaster's having a Rocking with the Oldies car show this Saturday, 10 till 2, and you're invited. Car registration just $15, dash plaques for the first 50 registered, free admission to spectators. Stop by and pick up your free Garrett County Golden Lion Spirit shirt. Food can be purchased from Shenanigans, enjoy a bake sale, and there's door prizes. It's sponsored by the Appalachian Plumbing Company. Proceeds benefit the activity department at Landmark of Lancaster. Rockin' with the Oldies car show this Saturday, 10 to 2, West Maple Avenue at Landmark of Lancaster. Broadcast live 11 to 1 on Z105.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jackie Boy, brought to you by our friends over at O'Charlie's in Danville, where their Sunday brunch menu is back Sunday morning, starting at 10 o'clock. Enjoy a special menu that includes French toast, biscuits and gravy, steak and scrambled eggs, bacon, egg, and cheese quesadillas, and $5 mimosas. O'Charlie's Danville Manor Shopping Center. All right, you get sunshine today, a high of 77, a low tonight of 58. Tomorrow, sunshine and 80. That is the warmest, Sunday's the warmest day over the next week or so. It's going to be 82 on Sunday, but we take a big dip down in temperatures. Early part of next week, 69 is the high Monday, 66 the high Tuesday, 67 on Wednesday, lows those evenings in the low 40s. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So certainly a fall feeling start to next week, and kind of fall feeling this morning as well. 53 degrees as you make your way out on this Thursday morning, October the 3rd, on what is a Morning Point Thursday. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Parman.
The following is a paid program.
Yes, it is. Thank you for that, Jim. And welcome on to the show, Sarah and Julie from Morning Point. Good morning, ladies. How are you all doing this morning?
Good morning. I think we're doing pretty good.
Julie, you can pull that mic up if you want to. Yeah, there you go. You don't have to share the same mic. Well, there goes.
I was going to sing.
Did that fall off? Did the mic fall off of the mic stand?
Just a little bit.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll turn the mic down. That way it doesn't clatter in our headphone. We'll let you get that fixed up. Sarah, good morning. Appreciate you being on. We'll let Julie handle the microphone issues.
Technical difficulties over here.
Yeah, last week, did you get it fixed, Julie?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Am I too loud?
No, you're
really
good.
Jumped on that.
No, you're good. You wanted to make sure you had that microphone in hand.
I'm going to start singing. I'm going to start singing.
So, Sarah, last week when Julie was on, we asked her a couple of get-to-know Julie questions. And so now we're going to ask a couple of get-to-know Sarah questions. Question number one, Sarah Mills, Executive Director of Morning Point. What is your favorite food?
Oh, coffee's not a food, is it?
Well... No,
I live on coffee.
That's good. I used to be a big coffee drinker, so I'm right there with you. I haven't had coffee now in like a month.
How?
I've cut the habit. But coffee, so solid food, not liquid food. We'll call coffee your favorite liquid food.
Okay, my favorite solid food. Okay, Chick-fil-A's chicken cool wrap.
Okay, yeah.
I love that thing. I could eat it every day.
I went to Chick-fil-A yesterday, so we had a broadcast at Chick-fil-A yesterday morning, and I went by there yesterday afternoon because talking about it all morning made me want it, and I couldn't get out there in time for breakfast, and I had their new honey pepper pimento cheese. Yeah. It was really good. It really was. Good. It had jalapenos on it, but they weren't spicy. I don't know how they made the jalapenos not very spicy.
The honey cut it, I guess.
That's what it was. All right, so good. Chick-fil-A's Cool Ranch Wrap Chicken Wrap is Sarah's favorite food. Already said your favorite drink is coffee.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a favorite band or musical artist?
I like a little bit of everything, so that's really hard. I think probably if you looked at my music, what I probably have the most of in there is like the Eagles and Journey and those
Yeah.
like older.
That's good.
Okay. Last question. What's your favorite radio station?
Well, WHIR.
Thank you for that. I'm glad. See, that was kind of a trick question. I hope you weren't going to say 94.5 or something like that. Well, listen to this a lot. No, WHIR, of course. Come on. Glad to have you all in studio with us this morning and enjoying the great things going on there at Morning Point. And what an exciting time to be involved in the Morning Point family. And October the 8th, now I'm looking at it right now on that calendar. That's Tuesday of next week. That is 5 days from today. October the 8th. Tell us what's going on.
We are moving into our new Morning Point assisted living community. So we are super, super excited.
Wow.
So the doors will be open.
If I had a round of applause to play, I would play it right now, but I can't pull it up that quick. So October the 8th is the date. The doors will be open for Morning Point number 2. Have we come up with a name for the location yet?
Morning Point assisted living.
Okay.
I know you wanted something more creative for me.
I kind of wanted something flashier, but that's fine.
You were a little disappointed when I said that.
All right, so
I'll think of something different.
So Morning Point Assisted Living is the new building.
Yes,
what is the name of the other building going to be?
Eventually, it will be the Lantern at Morning Point of Danville.
Okay.
She gets
So that's a cool name. The Lantern at
we
Morning
get a
Point.
little
You got
bit
the,
fancier now.
yeah. All right, so October the 8th is the date. So going to be opened up, the brand new building. It's been, I don't say a long time coming, because I feel like it hasn't been all that long since the project started.
It feels like yesterday and 1,000 years at the same
Yeah, kind of all at the same time. I remember being there, the groundbreaking ceremony. It was kind of a hot day, sunny day, beautiful day.
In September.
Was it in September?
September
Was it
13th.
2 years ago? Or last year?
Last year.
That was last year?
Yes, September 13th.
So it really hasn't been all that long then. They got that building done quick.
They did, and again, it feels like it's been taking forever, but at the same time, like time just has gone.
Yeah. So 13 months later, and the building is done.
Yes.
So walk us through, what does the building look like inside? I know it's hard to, give a synopsis of an entire building, but I mean, how beautiful is it inside, Julie?
It's beautiful. I've been calling it the Taj Mahal, I guess. Yeah. That's what I would label it, Taj Mahal. You talked about the weather and it, the cooler temperatures coming and we're having it now. When you walk in, there's a big, beautiful mantel and a crispy fireplace. Obviously it's electric, but and we've got both buildings decorated for fall. Oh, it's just a good feel. There's 72 apartments. And 16 of those are suites. So they have full-size kitchenettes in there, washer and dryers.
So 36 apartments?
It is 72 apartments
72
total.
apartments, okay.
In the new community. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. It's worth coming by and seeing it. Just to visit us. It has conference rooms in there that people can use out in the community. We have a huge social activities area that you could skate in if you wanted to. I plan on doing some clogging. Not really sure.
You
but
can bring an indoor skating rink into that area.
You can bring, absolutely you can. I'm not sure. We have an ice cream area and a cafe that has the look of being outdoors. It's just neat. It is, and I know you'll come by and see it.
Yeah, definitely want to, yeah.
But so we're very, very excited, and we're taking tours right now.
Okay.
And I encourage everybody to come by. You don't have to call me, and you don't have to call Sarah if you want to come over to both communities. You can pop in. Anybody can tour around, and they can leave with information and packets, or you can stay maybe and have lunch with us.
So October the 8th is the day that, the building's going to be completely open. So the residents that are moving from the current building to the new building are moving in that day. Mm-hmm. And then new move-ins are moving in that day as well.
No.
Is that right?
No, not necessarily. They're kind of staggering throughout.
I was going to say, this is like college move-in day.
Yeah, they're like staggering
it's
throughout.
It's going to feel like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Staggering throughout the month because we want to make it, the experience good, not feel rushed for everybody. So, and a lot of our residents that are coming to the community, they've picked the day that they want to move in, what's convenient for them and their families, which we're supportive 100%. So, yes, it is like college move-in day. So our friends from Sarah's community are moving over, so that's about 27 of them.
Okay.
And their families are helping, and it's been a lot. And I'm so happy that the families have worked with both of us and our directors at both the buildings because it's been a lot, But I think they're all going to be impressed. And then our lantern lamplight, it just is going to be such a need and such a beautiful community still that's going to help service our folks out in the communities all over, and then the ones we have already that have Alzheimer's and dementia. It's a need in Kentucky.
I have a listener here who's a loyal listener of the show, and it's Miles' grandma.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But Mary, Miles' mom, messaged me and said Nana moves over to the new building on Tuesday.
Yep.
On Rebel Crossing.
Yep.
That's her hallway, Rebel Crossing.
Yes. Remember I said we have hallways named after people.
Do you think that, like, you'll have someone who's like a die-hard Danville fan or vice versa?
Yes.
Who's like, I'm not living on Rebel Crossing or Admiral Way or whatever.
That's already
I
happened.
can imagine it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this gentleman came in with a Boyle County Rebels T-shirt on, okay? So then I had to show him what side of the community his mom would be living on. He was disappointed.
Okay, yeah.
Which was Admiral Way. I was like, okay, we'll just have to have a pep rally in here, and you'll be fine.
Okay, yeah.
You'll be fine. But yeah, it's exciting. We dedicated all the halls to different people out in the community that have been impactful to other people. So I want everybody to come by and see that, so they can, take pictures and share our information, what we have going on.
Now, in the current building, I've been in it multiple times, but in terms of like going through the entire building, we went through it for the trick-or-treat night, and so it was the first time I think that I got to see the actual Alzheimer's memory care unit.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a locked door back there, right? So, like, how is that going to transition into the entire building where you had kind of the standard care residents?
We're still kind of, we personally haven't gone through this before, so we're kind of learning as we go, but it will be, the whole building will become a secure environment, which will mean there'll be an extra set of doors to go through. And that will be kind of how our current lantern will stay in place. Those 16 units will continue to be for more advanced dementia.
Right, okay.
A lot of times you'll find that people with dementia need a little less stimulation, a little smaller environment, more personalized, intensive activities. That's going to be what takes place on our actual lantern. Our lamp light will be the rest of the building. It will also be secure so that we can take care of people that do have those memory issues, but it's a bigger environment. It's for people who are not necessarily going to have anxiety being in a larger environment.
Yeah. Okay. So still going to be, obviously, like you said, have the specialized care there. Just depends. Sounds like what stage
exactly.
Maybe they're in the dementia memory care. What stage they would be in is where what room they would be in.
And it's going to be based on, again, we may have someone who could function on a larger side, but it causes too much anxiety to have. I can't find my room. I can't find my room. I'm lost all the time. Being lost isn't the problem. It's the anxiety that comes from that. So we want to make sure that we're putting someone in a situation where they're not feeling overwhelmed and they're able to succeed where they are.
Yes. Yeah. So going from that, then, what's the difference of care? And explain it to me like I'm an elementary schooler, because sometimes I act like that. What's the difference of care for someone who's in memory care and then someone who's going to be in the new building? Obviously, like you said, there's more maybe intensive one-on-one type care, it seems like, for the people in the memory care building.
It will be the staff to resident ratio will be lower in the lamplight and lantern, so that does afford more personal time with the residents. Beyond that, the staff is receiving specialized dementia care training that will be in our building, and our programming will look a little different, meaning those activities, those levels of activities will be based on where someone is. So wherever they are in the disease process, that is where we're going to meet them, and then we're going to try to keep them at that level as long as we can.
Okay. And then in the new building, I assume, do residents have more I mean, like just more, they're just kind of doing what they want to on a daily basis, like more freedoms. Does that make sense?
Yes, and going back to what Sarah said, and then when you say freedom, they still have freedom in our lantern.
Again, I don't know the appropriate terms to use.
No, that's okay. That's good.
Again, layman's terms.
But the difference of hers and ours is, like she said, the programming. So ours, assisted living in Kentucky is the benefit of having nursing there 24/7, which is great. So you kind of pay for what you need, and a lot of the residents that are in there, you come and go as you want to. You can do.
Gotta go get their hair done.
A lot of people still drive. So some people have they're not understanding what assisted living can provide. But we're also the amenities of the 3 dining experiences that they're going to have.
Right.
The activities will look different as far as, going places. You kind of do what you want to do. We have a lot of people outside the community come in there. So we're there when they need care, and we also add assistance. We do have care. We have medication management. Nurses can come around and give your medication. It's a little bit different, but both communities are all apartment style. So that's huge, that somebody still feels, we're an apartment. And these are month-by-month leases, and I think people, not a lease, they're month-by-month. So if somebody wants to come and stay for the winter, absolutely. Come stay for the winter for 3 or 4 months.
Do y'all do respite stays too?
Not necessarily respite stays, but that's just kind of how we approach it, because there are a few folks that ask about that. Don't want to drive. We have transportation. We can take doctor's appointments, and, if they want to get their hair done or anything like that, and we do a lot of outings. But, the winter months, I can't stay at night, and the time's going to change. So, it's just that security of, we can take them where they need to go.
Morning Point Senior Living and the Morning Point of Danville Assisted Living will open up on October the 8th. And that's when the current residents will begin to transition over to the new building. And then that new building, again, known as Morning Point of Danville Assisted Living. And the current building will be known as Morning Point, the Lantern at Morning Point of Danville Memory Care. So there you go. Julie and Sarah join us on the Joe Show this morning. It's 9:50. If that wasn't busy enough for Morning Point this month, it's October, and one of their biggest events is the trick-or-treating, and they're still rocking and rolling with that, too. They're not going to stop that. We'll talk about some of the October events coming up right after this on The Joe Show. It's 9:50, 53 degrees.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code GREEN, or text GREEN to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Roundhouseprovisions.com, code GREEN.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text GREEN to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Message and data rates may apply. Paid for by Roundhouse Provisions.
Get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
Baker Auctions and Real Estate is an auction and real estate firm that offers a full range of premier marketing services for all types of properties, including residential, farm, and recreational properties. Baker Auctions and Real Estate offers live, online, and simulcast auction services. Check out all the upcoming auctions online at info@bidbaker.com. info@bidbaker.com. For online auctions, go to bidbaker.com. Now you know why.
Get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
It's here. It's new. Filled with the best wide selection of vehicles just for you.
Right at Field Used Car Factory.
7 acres of pre-owned elite inventory makes them the largest deal maker around.
Right at Field Used Car Factory.
So come on down to Nicholsville off US 27 to Vince Drive. Then you've arrived at the new
Right at Field Used Car Factory.
Buy with confidence straight from the factory. Take a virtual tour at
RightAtFieldUsedCarFactory.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
$9:54 in the morning. It is 53 degrees. Thursday, the third day of October. That's 100324 on your calendar if you're scoring at home with us. And we have Julie and Sarah joining us this morning from the new Morning Point and the current Morning Point. And we're excited about the great things going on there at Morning Point. And if you would like to come in and see the brand new building, Julie, do they need to call ahead to take a tour, or what do they need to do to come check it out? Maybe this is a place that they or mom or dad or grandma or grandpa may be looking forward to seeing. How can they get in touch with you?
Okay, they can just stop by the community. We are located a little bit behind our current community, so it's 100 Bernie Place. And, or if they want to, they can call us ahead of time. They don't have to. I encourage people just to stop in, and you can ask for Julie or Lisa, anybody in our community. But my number, if anybody wants to write it down, is 859-306-0202.
859-306-0202. And the other one is 859-965-1008, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I've said that one so many times over the last 8 years or whatever it may be. Yeah.
You'll have to memorize ours.
859-306-0202.
You're on it.
So when I was younger, when cell phones were first becoming like a thing for like kids to have too, like, you know, they worked okay, but now the kids are getting older, and so now we got to get our kids a cell phone. But they weren't awesome with like coverage, and so like I'd be at my parents' house as a high school, I had my cell phone, but I didn't have great coverage. So instead of having to pull my cell phone out to find someone's number to use the home phone, I would just memorize people's numbers.
Isn't
that way,
amazing what we've lost?
Yeah, I could I didn't have to pull them. I could just call them from the home phone.
Right.
We would whip out a phone book. So, I mean, that's how old I am. And speaking of phones, I can remember my dad had a cell phone in a bag. This is random. When they first came out.
Yeah,
the car phone.
Yeah, the car phone that you plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Oh, I remember that. My dad had one too.
Yeah, we could never use it, but we would take it to town sometimes when we were cruising around and act like we were on the phone. You know, we'd pass by people like,
we're not using this thing, but y'all don't have to know that.
My dad would have cringed if we had
actually plugged it in and used it.
How much did that cost?
Probably $19 a minute, you know, and you could only call 911 at that point in life. So, you know, but we'd ride around and lean back like, we're on the phone.
Act like you're talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Random moment.
There you go. You got some good activities coming up in the month of October at Morning Point. The first one is October the 19th. That is not this Saturday. It is not next Saturday. It's the Saturday after next Saturday, the 19th of October. This is the Cruise-In.
Yes, we're really excited.
Yeah, I believe we actually were there last year for the Cruise-In.
Were.
Yeah, I did a live broadcast. That's where the guy had his parrot, and his parrot came after me.
Yep. Story, yeah.
Yep.
Shout out
exactly
to that guy.
Right.
He said he listens to the show every morning. He lives in Garrett County. I don't remember the guy's name, but he said the reason I listen is because I can't get any other radio stations. I said, well, that's... Appreciate you listening. I wish there were better reasons. Thank you. But he knew who I was. Hey, Joe, I listen to you every morning. And his parrot almost got me. Yeah, but the Cruise-In's coming Saturday the 19th. Tell us about the Cruise-In.
So it is from 1 to 3. It is at the current building's parking lot. We're going to probably utilize the new building's parking lot for visitor parking. Our show cars will be in our parking lot. We had about 50 last year. We're hoping for a good turnout again this year.
Okay.
There were some amazing cars there last year.
There were some nice ones.
It
really good
ones.
It was
fun to walk around. The residents love it. People in the community are more than welcome to come out. We'll have a food truck. It'll be a lot of fun. So hopefully some people can come out.
Saturday, October 19th. What time does that start?
1 to 3.
1 to 3 there at Morning Point in the parking lot. And then October 31st is one of the biggest events for you all of the year. It's crazy in all the good ways.
Absolutely.
It's a Halloween trick-or-treat, and now you got double the buildings to buy candy for and for kids to go trick-or-treating through. Safe environment, because you know kids aren't darting across the street, running out, tripping over their costumes in the street, and it's dark and cars can't see them. You know they're inside this controlled environment, and they go door to door, and the residents pass them candy, and it's awesome.
It is great. The residents love it. Last year we had about 275 kids come through.
Wow.
And so I lost count at about 275.
So
I was trying to count, but it got a little crazy there for a minute, and I lost count.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the residents love it, and we like you said, it's a secure environment. The weather doesn't impact us, and so we're really looking forward to it.
And it starts at 5:30 to 6:30. So with that being said, plenty of time to hit all the.
If you want to go city trick or treating too, which as a parent, I hope my kids go and get as much candy as they can, because then I get to eat it all while they're sleeping.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And we'll have plenty between both communities. Bring big bags.
Should we do, the last 2 years, we've done the best Halloween candy bracket. I'm thinking we should do that again.
Oh, definitely.
Well, it's not the last 2 years. We did it in 2020 and 2023. No one ever comes close to Reese Peanut Butter Cup. They're the number one overall seed every year, and they always win. But, Julie, what's your favorite Halloween candy? You got about 30 seconds.
Okay, Reese's. I'll just pick that.
Okay,
look, she picked the known winner.
She got anxiety on that one. I don't know, Reese's.
You tear me up.
Sarah, what about you?
I'll take Snickers.
Snickers and Reese's, those are usually, top two, and they actually have met in the championship the last 2 years we've done this.
It's a candy called that is circle, and it's got, like, dry
a Whoppers. I love a Whopper.
Oh, malted milk balls.
No, it's in a wrap like that, and it's round. It's out as the hills, and then there's like some filling in the middle that's dry.
Benno Honey. Is it Benno
I don't know.
Honey?
I'll think about it, and I'll call in.
10 o'clock in the morning. Top Hour News is right now. 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
It's 10 o'clock.
NBC News.